K-Sap and Bro Claude. Welcome to the show. No filter, no rest. Get it off your chest. Talk to him. Say it with your chest. Let's go. If you got something on your mind, from the locker room talk to the plays on the screen. We break down every moment, every stat, every scene. No sugarcoat now. We keep it real in the zone. From the sidelines to the headlines, we bring it home. Quarterback pressure, fourth down decisions. We calling out truth, no fear in our vision. Say what you feel, don't hold it inside. Sports talk therapy, let it all ride. Wins and the losses we analyze best. This is get it off your chest. Now confess, get it off your chest. Say it with your chest. No filter on the mic. Come here to rest. Get it off your chest. Say it with your chest. Every game, every play, we break down the best. Get it off your chest. Say it with your chest. Sports talk. Hey, 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 hey. Now confess. Now confess. Talk that talk. No sugarcoat. Say it loud. The bass get heated, yeah, voices get loud. But we speak for the fans, yeah, we speak for the crowd. Every game, every play, every story expressed. Don't get it off your chest, now say it with your chest. From the wins to the losses, from the hype to the stress. We bring the real sports talk, nothing more, nothing less. Big calls, bad calls, pressure on the line. We say what fans thinking, every single time. Say what you feel, don't hold it inside. Sports talk therapy, let it all ride. Wins and the losses we analyze best. This is get it off your chest. Now confess, get it off your chest. Say it with your chest. No filter on the mic. We don't come here to rest. Get it off your chest. Say it with your chest. Every game, every play, we break down the best. Get it off your chest. Say it with your chest. Sports talk, therapy. Now confess. No fake takes, no soft talk, no game clock stops. Fans in the chat, everybody K-Sap and Bro Claude, let the show begin.
This Chicago.
Say it with your chest, no filter on the mic. We don't come here to rest. Get it off your chest. Say it with your chest. Every game, every play, we break down the best. Get it off your chest. Say it with your chest. Sports talk. Now confess. Yeah. This is get it off your chest. With K-Sap and Bro Claude. No filter, no fear. Say it with your chest. Say it with your chest. Get it off. Talk to him. Now confess.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? What's going on, everybody? Come on in the building. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. We are here on Get It Off Your Chest. And we want you, if you're not a part of the channel, to be a part of the channel and go ahead and subscribe to this channel in particular. Hey, y'all, we got a serious topic today. We got a serious topic today, and it involves, of course, Sydney Taylor. Another 1-point loss. Her heart is broken. Her heart is torn. Her heart is being ripped out as we speak. So for those who were praying that Chicago have a bad season, y'all got this baby crying. Y'all got this baby over here. Get the hex, get the voodoo up off of the baby. Don't do that because God don't like ugly. Y'all got the baby on the sideline. No matter how hard she play. Y'all praying that they always gonna lose. I'm just saying. Get the hex up off the baby. And then we gonna talk about Tyler Marsh. He's over his head. And we gonna talk about it, talk about whether Tyler Marsh should even be a WNBA coach. And is he absolutely wasting the fans of Chicago's time to watch any type of basketball at all? Then, of course, we're going to go to Sabrina Ionescu, where she says they never asked me nothing. The WNBA committee never asked me to even participate inside of a WNBA three-point contest for the All-Star game. This didn't happen. And then, of course, number 4, we all know that all of this stemmed for protection of Caitlin Clark, and we're going to get into that this hour. Sandy Brondello still under fire, and everybody now chiming in as they keep continuing to go, and even the hater, Candace Parker, had to chime in because it's good money to come and comment about Angel Reese. And last but not least, which we probably make first, Rich Paul says that AI Allen Iverson was more popular than Kobe Bryant and better. Well, we're going to get into it because this is what we are here to deal with on Get It Off the Chest. And us in basketball, MSL, we have to deal with a whole bunch of things that we just can't tolerate. And I'ma just agree that the male side just is not as messy as the female side. And I know some people gonna get mad, but it's just my opinion. But welcome to Get It Off Your Chest. I am Bro Claude, and my boy, my brother from another mother, MSL, is here to fill in for the boss because he is taking care of business. Nephew is getting enrolled in college. I mean, I'm proud about that. How proud am I about young people going to
Is that
college?
the real story, Bro Claude, or you just hoodwink me again?
Hey, don't do that on you get fired before you know it. You listen. Don't get fired, MSL. The boss, I'm saying where the boss is at. Okay. We love you, but
I'm sure he has a sense of humor.
hey, we love you, but you gonna get together.
You don't love me that much, right?
Look,
like don't be cracking no jokes on the boss. How dare you?
Look, MSL, you gonna get Natalie Nakasa.
Well, maybe Tyler Marsh in the near future, right?
Oh, well, we already started. Hey, that's why you my man. Hey, y'all, look. So welcome, everyone. Come on in. This is Get It Off Your Chest. This is our podcast that we have just started. And if you ain't, subscribe, come subscribe. You on those other channels, get on over here. Get on over here. You know what I mean? We ain't link up. You got to come over here and subscribe, y'all. Subscribe to the show. Be a part of the show.
This is a joke I'm about to say. I have to preface it based off what you just said. But I appreciate the fact that you decided to go on 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, despite the fact that the ish is still on, so I can go to bed at a decent hour. I appreciate that, Bro Club.
Oh yeah, man. We gotta cut into that time. You know what I mean? We gotta cut into that time. We got the, you know what I mean, the boss orders. We gotta cut into that time. We got the end. You know what I'm saying? You know, Duval don't care about nobody time.
I didn't say that, but that's you and Duval.
Duval don't care. I mean, it's the truth.
They rocketed it though.
It's all right. It just don't. So the thing is that
if it was me, I would listen to both.
Oh no, yeah, it's all right, but it's okay.
Gotta support,
you gotta support what it is. Listen, It is what it is. And that's all what it is. You got what I'm saying? So everything is all right and copacetic over here, baby. And we gonna go ahead and go forward.
But you got your peoples you can thank. They in the chat now.
Oh yeah. So we gonna go ahead and let everybody, you know what I'm saying, who came into the building. Thank you for that, brother. Mama June. Yep. Simply Ball Dropping is in the building. The boss is listening. I told you he was already first. He was first in the building in the house. Troy Hall, Mama June is in the building. MR6688 is in the building. Josh, welcome. Hit the like button. I see you in the building, Miss D. Hit the like button and subscribe, y'all. Subscribe to the channel. If you ain't subscribed, subscribe to the channel, please. So tonight we gonna have 6 major stories, and every one of them deserves serious conversation. The Chicago Sky suffered another heartbreaking 1-point loss to the New York Liberty. They controlled the game, but built a late digital lead, double-digit lead, and still could not close the door. Sydney Taylor looked emotionally devastated afterwards, but should the rookie be carrying an emotional weight of the game like Chicago and multiple opportunities to finish and still lose? And we have to discuss Tyler Marsh. Is he developing this roster? Is he really? It's about to be August the 2nd, and there's no one that they have pulled in to be able to become a closer, and they're head over heels of having Courtney Vandersloot close this game. Or is he over his head when the game reaches the most important moments? He just can't figure it out. Then we have Sabrina Ionescu saying reports about her in the 3-point contest were false. Sabrina says she was never officially invited and never had a conversation about participating.
And don't forget Big Bucket, she chimed in too.
So where did the report that she declined come from? Caitlin Clark reportedly declined an invitation, but we still don't have a complete public explanation. In this league, being transparent, that somehow misses the boat on being truthful and also being straightforward. There are 2 different things. Or is the silence allowing people to believe that Caitlin Clark and Nike are being protected? Sandy Brondello remains under scrutiny, calling Angel Reese a protected species. She apologized, served a 1-game suspension, and Angel accepted the apology, but should the conversation end there? And finally, Rich Paul does the diabolical, has reopened one of basketball's most emotional debates. Allen Iverson versus Kobe Bryant. Was Iverson greater or more culturally influent than Kobe? Or has Rich Paul gone too far in saying that Allen Iverson had more fans and was better than Kobe? Hit the like button and subscribe as you come in. Share this, share. Let the people know where we are. Tonight polls, you know what I mean? Listen, before you I break down the Chicago collapse, y'all. Y'all got to also understand that Sydney Taylor is she was a training camp invitee. And coming to this team, Sydney Taylor just wanted the opportunity just to play in the WNBA. It has more than what we already know, then increased, because now she has expectations of winning games, especially when she puts in 100% effort. But what we have now is more heartbreak, more losses, more distraction on what the reason why and when we can't close games. Let's get started, MSL. with Chicago Sky, because this was not just an ordinary loss. This was just a supernatural loss that Sabrina Ionescu delivered them. You know what I mean? Some nice hot 12 pieces like she did the last game. Another 12-piece spicy at the end of the game. New York defeated Chicago 95-91 after the Sky led by 12 points with fewer than 5 minutes remaining. Sabrina Ionescu scored 12 of her 29 points during the fourth quarter, while Jackwell Jones made the decisive free throw with 3.4 seconds left. Ionescu finished 5 for 7 and from the 3-point territory for 4 rebounds and 4 assists. New York Post is also talking about how Sabrina Ionescu, the last 2 games, put in a 12-piece spicy with some biscuits on the side. When you lead by 12 at late in the game with 5 minutes left, the conversation cannot simply be New York is a great team. You can't do that. Yes, New York has championship level talent. Yes, Sabrina can take over a game, but Chicago had placed itself in a winning position. Closing a game requires organization. It requires understanding when to attack and when to take time off the clock. It requires good shot selection, strong defensive communication, securing rebounds, and awareness of which opposing player is getting hot. Chicago failed in several of those areas. Sabrina didn't quietly sneak up on anybody. Once she hit the first major shot, Chicago should have recognized what was happening. When she hit another, every defensive decision should have been designed to get the ball out of her hands. Make somebody else beat you. Instead, Sabrina found her rhythm. New York found that its confidence, and Chicago began playing as if it was trying not to lose. That is a dangerous mental shift. When the team spends 3 quarters attacking but finishing the game protecting, the entire personality of the offense changes. Players start watching the clock, passing becomes hesitant, possessions become predictable. The defense senses fear amongst, they smell blood in the water. This is where coaching matters. A timeout isn't only for drawing up a play. Sometimes a timeout is needed to calm the team down, stop the emotional momentum, and remain one of everyone to, you know what I mean, to have exact mind on what the task is, and you know what I mean, and lay the plan out. If Chicago doesn't know what it wants during its final 3 possessions, that is not just a player's problem, it's an organizational problem. Artie, listen, I'm gonna just ask you guys this: if the team blows a 12-point lead with fewer than 5 minutes remaining, who receives most of the blame? The coach, the point guard, the entire team, or you simply credit the opponent for winning? Which one is it? Y'all tell me. So go ahead, MSL, with that, with those 4 questions that was asked. Who is to blame? Tyler Marsh, the point guard Courtney Vandersloot, or the entire team? Or simply they was better?
Well, you know, anytime I watch Chicago play and I see Vandersloot at the end of the game, it's just like it's so distracting to me because I'm saying, why is Vandersloot in the game at crunch time and at critical times? And though she did
got
do
passed, Essler had passed her up to get them closer, within 5.
Right, and though she did do some stuff, you
Yes,
know,
she
she scored,
did.
I think, 15 points in the game, and she did do some good stuff. But towards the end, you also saw her getting burned late in the fourth quarter on defense on like
Yes.
2 or 3 sequences. And I think they even took her out at that. took her out at that point, and I know he was resting Sydney as well, but it just, I mean, I Ionescu hit like 3 3-pointers that was like ridiculous. The last one she hit was like a chuck with Natasha Cloud in her face from, above the top of the key. I mean, I don't know if you can blame that on anyone because she was just hitting just some crazy shots. She hit the ones from the corner where you couldn't even see her, and they went in. That was just bad luck on Chicago's part, though. I'll get to Tyler Marsh. And you said 4. What was the third one?
I said the third one was
besides Marsh. What's the next one?
Is it the entire team's fault?
Oh, the entire team. Okay. Yeah, you could say that.
Or
say that because Miller missed an easy layup, right? That could have sealed the game, right? And not to make fun of Miller, but if that was Angel Reese, that layup would be immediately posted on social media and it would run 24/7 for the next month. But when Miller or anyone else does it, nobody cares, nobody sees it, nobody knows. It didn't happen. And then the compound matters. Miller fouled, I think it was JJ. And that's the part that really killed it, right? Because it would have been a tie game. It would have went into overtime. There were 3.5 seconds left. There was probably
they would have won the game with that layup.
No. I'm saying after she missed.
Oh, okay.
After she missed, JJ got the rebound. It was still tied. If she didn't foul JJ, the clock would have just ran out. But the question is, did she foul JJ or did the
she didn't.
Did the refs bail them out? Because for me, the refs should have just let that go and let the game had gone in overtime. Because I didn't see her foul JJ hard enough for the ref to call the foul. But as soon as you call that foul with 3.5 seconds left, JJ only hit one of the free throws, but that was enough for the game because the shot at the end of the game missed. So, and Tyler Marsh, yeah, he should have made some of his substitutions earlier. He could have made some better substitution with Sydney. He could have took Sloot out earlier because Sloot is fool's gold. No matter how well she's doing, and because let's be real, New York was just been crappy for most of the game. So Sloot was able to get away with that when New York was playing crappy. Like I was watching the game and I was just laughing. I was saying, God damn, did the Atlanta lose to this team? Like so embarrassing, especially at home. I was just like, geez, they're terrible. But so they made a run. And when they started making a run, you saw that Sloot, they were going at her. They were doing the Caitlyn thing at her. And
Absolutely.
So Tyler's got to understand Sloot is fool's gold. We get it. You're probably being pushed to play her, but it's just so distracting. And poor Sydney played her heart out, man. I mean, she really did. And
she makes you root for this team without wanting to root for this team.
No, she doesn't. Because I hate Chicago, but
she makes you root for this team. She's that type of dynamic player. She makes you want to watch her because she is so incredibly. I mean, I'm just gonna keep it a buck. It's so much hate watching you can have, but when you got somebody that's dynamic, huh? No, I'm saying, no. I'm just keeping it real. I'm just commenting. I'm past you on that. What I'm saying is she's so dynamic. She's just so dynamic. It's like people want to see her play. She had 31 pieces spicy, and she was dropping it on their head. They didn't have no answer for Sydney Taylor. He took her out when the minutes mattered the most.
I didn't understand that one. Unless you needed a blow.
It's Tyler Marsh. This is Tyler Marsh wholeheartedly. I don't blame the team at all. None at all. This was absolutely Tyler Marsh's game that he had to lose because he did not listen. Let me tell you why. You had challenges too on the table. You had challenges on the table. He took those home with him so he could use them for the next game. Oh, wait a minute.
Wait, you're saying he had a challenge when they claim Miller fouled
JJ after she missed the layup? He never challenged in the game.
Wow. Yeah, that's a fireable offense.
He never challenged. He never challenged.
But she may had fouled JJ, but I didn't think it was enough at that
He
time of
never
the game
challenged
to
the
call a
call.
foul.
It doesn't matter if he thought, even if she did.
You're saying call it and leave it up to the refs.
You call it and leave it up to the refs. But you left challenges on the table as if you could put them in your pocket and take them to the next game. It doesn't work that way, Tyler Marsh. It does not work that way. How it works is that you challenge when you're able to challenge and when it will benefit the turn of events in a game. It seems like he cannot figure out how to navigate his way to wins with this squad. It seems like he is over his head. It seems like what he does in every single game to drop the ball, to drop what we now look at is very, very diabolical. Because if he don't want to challenge anything, I understand. If he don't want to challenge calls because he don't think he's going to get them, then you should not be a coach. You should not. This is too much for you, son. This is too much for you, buddy, because it makes no sense. They first of all, they shouldn't have not had called the call. That's the first thing. The second thing, they should have. Miller was.
They didn't show us the replay though. How would you know?
Miller was pushed on that. I watched the replay. That's why I'm giving you some information.
Okay.
Miller was pushed on that layup. But no, they didn't call it, and all of you guys see her as missing a goddamn.
I didn't really. I'd have to look at it again unless you did, but it didn't seem that bad. But she could have been.
It's not gonna never seem that bad because they big bodies. She's a big girl, just like Angel is a big girl. Me personally, this is my problem, and I'm gonna get it off my chest. I have a problem with the Angel Reese community. Big time when it comes to Camila Cardoso.
Oh, please. We love Camila Cardoso. Don't even.
I'm getting it off my chest.
Get it off your chest.
You can get it off your chest. I have a big problem with the Angel Reese community. The ones that are like that, not the ones that's like me, because I'm part of the Angel Reese community. But I have a problem with the sycophants that is part of the Angel Reese community that participates just like if they were Clarkies. I don't like
how.
I'm not,
how, bro?
You're not gonna get me. You know, I'm finna break it down. You guys are not gonna get me. I ain't talking about you, MSL. We talking to the public and the people. So you ain't got nothing to do with that unless you want to be a part of that. Now,
I don't want to be part of your wrath.
So the thing is that the sycophants, the Reese Pieces fashion, the ones that's inside of the Reese Pieces, because some of the Reese Pieces is very, very good. Most of them are very, very good quality people.
You do realize it's usually your South Carolina people that instead of vice versa.
But I see that the thing is when Angel is affected, everybody is affected, and that's the way we supposed to be as a community of Angel.
But what about baby Camilla and all the stuff she go through?
We don't want to be a factious like Caitlin Clark. I don't want that for myself.
You said a faction or a fascist? Let's get it right. A faction. Okay, I just want to get it right. Okay.
A faction.
A group. I got it. Faction. I just want to make sure you weren't saying
like
faction. I'm about to say
the Clarkies.
Because you can say that about them too, but that's another story.
They don't think anybody in the whole WNBA gets fired. And sometimes the sycophant gets so caught up in the Angel Reese company that they don't see nobody else either. And they don't worry about, I'm not that type of player. I worry about all of the girls.
Well, Pro Claude, if I can say something.
Hold on, let me finish my soliloquy and then you could go.
Pro Claude.
So I'm getting it off my chest, goddammit. Let me get it off.
It's the show. You're right. It's the show. My bad. Let it be a tirade. I'm sorry.
So now what I'm saying is that Camila Cardoso gets pushed down, no calls. Pushed off, no calls. And then you guys have, you don't care. So since you are those type of people, it seems like you only care about what Angel Reese is, and you only care about how Angel Reese play. It don't matter. I'm talking about what it is. And like I said, this is a serious thing about Angel, you know what I mean, getting pushed down by Azarae. Oh, you saw that shit, but you didn't see when Camila got fouled. Oh, she weak. Oh, she ain't do enough. Oh,
is it because you're the only one watching both games, Pro Claude?
My whole entire ass with that type of stuff.
But maybe you're the only one watching both games, Bro Claude.
Ain't no damn only one watching both
maybe
games.
Chicago's watching Chicago and Atlanta's watching Atlanta.
It was 200 people watching this goddamn game in the chat. Maybe you might have got there late, but did you see the numbers on how many people was just in that chat? And if I check the numbers from the Players Club, buddy, I'm getting it off my chest, K-Sal.
I see.
I'm getting it all. This is what this show is all goddamn about. Listen, to get it off my chest, to get it off my chest podcast, I'm trying to let them know what the hell is going on up in here. So when I'm looking and I'm checking, you know what I'm saying, what's going on over here and how many that the show got, MSL, it's already at 1.4K right now, views. And it just went off.
Wow.
This is a Chicago game. So don't give me your crap or your perspective or your other side of the goddamn coin. I'm telling you that the people have problems.
Is that your professional black, almost white voice of me?
No, this is my getting it off my goddamn chest part. And
okay, because you were like, oh, talking like that.
I'm just making this is Chicago language.
Okay.
MSL, you gonna make me have a goddamn heart attack if you don't let me get this shit off my chest.
Do not have a heart. No, but you attacking Angel Reese fans, and I'm like, why are you attacking them?
I'm an Angel Reese fan. I can say anything I want to.
That's right. It's your show. That's right.
No, if I'm black, I can say the word nigga. Why you ain't gonna look at me like, oh, why is he saying?
What are you, what are you, Sandy Brondello now?
See, that's what I'm saying. That's what y'all
see, right? Because you could say it in this context, but if you yell at me and say MSL, you effing whatever, there's a whole other deal, right?
I can say it, I can say it however derogatory I want to, because that's my people.
Well, if that's the case, then Brondello need to be fired.
But I do think that. And we're gonna get to that.
And we're gonna get to that.
Don't be speeding up. Don't be speeding up. We on number 2 right now.
We already know you slow, so it's naturally slow. It's good.
First of all, your yellow bus is smaller than mine.
I wasn't talking about your bus. I was talking about your pace. I was talking about your pace. See.
I'm saying your bus is slow. We still got to get on the bus.
Look, we ain't CC. Stop talking about the short bus. Boom.
So, hey, listen, y'all better tune in because this is going to be a show tonight. I told y'all to come to get it off your chest. You know what I'm saying? The boss is in the chat. We doing what we supposed to do. But I will say that Tyler Marsh is over his, you know what I mean? He's definitely over his head, Brother Van. He's over his head. And those who think that Sabrina Ionescu ain't her, Sabrina Ionescu is her. Sabrina Ionescu is her. Caitlin Clark could never do and have not done what Sabrina Ionescu did.
No, it was incredible. It was incredible to look at.
She haven't done what she did tonight, It wasn't that girl. Listen, Sabrina Ionescu was double teamed like the GOAT. Oh, I'm sorry, Mama June. I'm just saying. No, Mama June, I kind of use it in the context, Mama. I was saying, how can I be looked at funny if I use the word, the N word? Okay, I did it. See, don't be getting me in trouble, MSL.
You the one who brought it up, not me.
No, you the one that.
Go ahead. Be like the Caitlin Clark fan and try to make me
Mama
the
June,
issue when I ain't got nothing to do with it.
You must be an undercover Clarkie or something. You
apparently, right? Getting you to say stuff, right?
You trying to set me up with Mama June because you know I'm gonna get a whooping.
But if I
Mama June, I'm sorry.
If I was an undercover Clarkie, that means I wouldn't have watched the game tonight, and I'd be only talking about Clark because that's all I could do, and I wouldn't know anything about the game. But thank God I watched the game to prove that I'm not an undercover Clarkie, right?
Well, yeah, maybe so. And then I would say this though. Tyler Marsh is over his head. I don't know if they're gonna pull.
How tall is he? Is he short?
Tyler Marsh, I don't know how tall he is.
He looks short, but he may not be.
Listen, that didn't even come to my head. You be thinking,
no, I'm saying, but like, is the water is it 3 feet of water? Is it 5 feet? Is it 6 feet of water? You said it's over his head, right? Because he looked kind of short to me. Maybe it don't take that much water.
It's gonna be whatever it is. He can't swim that current.
Whatever it is, you want to drown his ass, don't you? Metaphorically, YouTube, metaphorically.
Yeah, I'm just saying that he's definitely over his head. It seems to be this way. And now let's talk about Sydney Taylor. The thumbnail shows Sydney crying as at least appearing visible, emotional. After a painful finish, I don't see weakness about her emotions. I see
like that team gets their best players to cry after tough losses.
I see a best player who cares. Sydney's journey has been one of the most compelling stories of Chicago's season. She's went from being undrafted free agent, but to be earning a starting position. Earlier in the season, Chicago moved her into the starting lineup before another 1 point game against New York, and she responded by the scoring team of 24 points. That is not a player that has a game of coincidence. This is a consistent pattern for Sydney Taylor to play her heart out when she's on the court. But this is what concerns me. Young players can start believing that must be and make a must-winning play to be able to be part of the structure. Young players that is not being developed are allowing those type of feelings and emotions to come on to get defeated because they don't have the proper coach to take them and walk them through those type of concerns. A rookie missing a shot and a rookie that can make a shot or a wrong read, a rookie that can help, you know what I mean, can't handle her emotions, a veteran player that does not provide the actual sympathy, empathy, and leadership to work those young ones through what Angel never had on Chicago, because Chicago, this team lacks those type of veterans. And all the way to year 4 right now, they still are lacking those type of veterans. Chicago should tell Sydney, you did not lose this game by yourself. We arrived and resulted and lost together. We came together, we lost together. At this time, she can learn from it. Emotions become valuable when it turns into preparation. But Tyler Marsh has failure as it looks at opportunities after opportunities in closer games. There has been over 16 games Chicago Sky has lost games under 10 or 5 points. Those are losses that shows that the coaching era is very, very, very seen, and the public knows that it's not a player's problem, it's a coaching problem. When you lose tight games and then a back-to-back 1-point game, it is always and always a coach's problem. But Sydney Taylor takes it on the chin and continues on to move on to the next game. But she surely did want this win and not a loss. So played her heart out. And I just think this, and I'm going to say this, MSL, real quick. I want to be precise. Tyler Marsh is a real WNBA coach, okay? We all see him on the sideline. Did he earn his position? I disagree that he did. Is he earning his position as a professional coach in his credentials? I still don't think that he has reached the beginning point of that. If you add up the amount of games that he's won, it's 18 games. Only 5 more than what Teaspoon had made in her 1-year stand with a blown up, exploded, and wanted to be traded Marina Mabrey team. It took him 2 seasons just to overcome Teaspoon's 1-year tandem. These are 2 different statements. My criticism is not personal. It's about the game and the management. Then we must evaluate the coaching. We should examine 5 areas: late game execution, timeout management, rotations decisions, defensive adjustments, player development. Those are strong opinions that Tyler Marsh lacks in his development as a head coach in the WNBA. Now it's yours, MSL. There you go. It's Tyler Marsh time.
You know, the other day I was watching him talk, and it was a press conference after they lost to the Dream, right? With that last second shot by Jordan Canada. And one of the things I appreciated about what he said, he seemed like at least at the press conference, he seemed like an honest, forthcoming guy. You know how a lot of coaches, when they talk about the game, they don't always give away a lot. He seemed to not to have a problem giving away what he thought, like his assessment of the Dream on a whole, his assessment of Okot and Angel, his assessment of the Atlanta guards. Like, we knew these things, but to hear it come from an opposing coach, like, it just lets you know. Like, I'm just sitting there like, oh my God, Smethko better get on the ball, because the way he make Atlanta sound, they could win it. They could win the championship because they got such great players at every position. So what I came to the conclusion was probably a great assistant or a good assistant, but not necessarily a head coach. Now, of course, all the Angel Reese, Dream, and ex-Chicago fans, hated me saying that, because they were like, well, how could you say that about Tyler Marsh? Well, I didn't say he was a great coach, to what you're saying. I didn't say he was a great manager, to what you're saying. And obviously, he does not know how to stand up to our boy, Reginald Banks, in the chat, / aka Jeff P. Of course, Reginald Banks is going to tell us he's not Jeff P, and maybe he isn't. But I just said that just for the shout out. But, and that's of course.
He probably is Jeff P.
Probably, yeah, probably. And that's a problem, obviously, because you're playing Sloot, a 37-year-old coming off of an ACL. Does she look good sometimes? Yes. Is she in the flow sometimes? Yes. Does she find the players sometimes? Yes. But she's also a liability on defense. And at the close of a game, you're probably better off with Cloud, who had 8 assists tonight, and Sydney as your 2 guards. But I think they played a 3-guard offense, which also made them small, which also leaves you suspect to rebounding, depending on what's happening in the game. But because of that Sloot situation, it's like, what am I going to do? So more than likely, he probably won't survive. as a head coach, the only way he'll probably survive is if Jeff P says, "Well, I don't want to fire him because that's going to make Angel correct. So, I'm not gonna fire him." But I think this would be his second season. So will he start a third season? Probably not. But if Chicago is being El Cheapskate, then maybe he will, which of course will be to the chagrin of yourself, AC's Chi-Town, and and everybody except Reginald Banks, who loves everything that the Chicago Sky does.
That's Jeff Pagliocci. Go ahead, though.
Right, aka Jeff Pagliocci. So I mean, now the problem is he's lost a lot of games like this. So what that shows is he's still developing as a coach. He's not there yet. On a scale of 1 to 10, he's probably between a 3.5 and a 5 as far as his journey to be a legitimate head coach. The question is, do El Cheapskate Chicago keep working with him, or do they cut their losses and give it to Patricia Trammell, or do they look for someone else? But if they look for someone else, yeah, boy. Oh boy, but what a boom, right?
You better stop. Go ahead.
Right, but if they look for someone else, but that throws the team into a tailspin unless they hire someone good. But the problem with the WNBA, because of the salaries they pay the coaches, the highest paid coaches get $1 million. I don't know what Becky gets. I don't know what Cheryl Reese get. But when someone is new, because I think even Brondello got $1 million in Toronto. So the top college coaches, they're making $3 million a year. So you're not getting Kim Mulkey, you're not getting Dawn, you're not getting people like that, unless you pay them $3 million, which more than likely the WNBA is not going to do. So you get people like Smesco from Florida, hyphen. I think it was Florida Gulf Coast, blah, 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 whatever, right? That's just what it is. Or you get people like, even though she wasn't the pros before, the Seattle coach used to coach at MIT. Like, what? You got a coach from MIT? But I mean, can you imagine if you were WNBA, they said, "Oh, the coach from MIT," you would be like, "What?" But she had done some professional stuff in between. That is the only way. But can you imagine a coach from MIT? I mean, geez. So it's just, so whoever you're hiring is going to always be a question mark. That's how the WNBA is. It's always, because anyone who's hot to trot or who's a hot shot, you're not going to pay them the money that they deserve. It's always someone on the come up or an assistant that you're not sure about because of the salary. So maybe if we want better WNBA teams, maybe these cheapskate teams should take some of that money and start paying some of these coaches even $2 million.
Go ahead.
Dollars a year. Because guess what? $2 million is halfway in between $1 million and $3 million. So if someone like Dawn wanted to challenge, I'm not saying she would do it, I'm just saying it just to say it. If she wanted to challenge, then either $2 million would be bearable to make that move, or maybe you can talk them up to $2.5 or $3 million or $3 million. But if your highest salary is at $1 million, you're not getting the top coaches or even the top assistants from the NBA. You're getting assistants from the WNBA, or maybe the second or third assistant in the NBA. So Tyler Marsh, voila, is what you get. And even with that, they dropped the ball, because every Chicago fan would love to have Natalie Nakasi,
of course,
instead of Tyler Marsh. You got the wrong assistant. Like he was like the video guy. They call him developmental, but more than likely he was the camera video guy that played the videotapes, and Nakasi was actually someone who actually worked with Becky to get stuff done, because based off the two coaches, one manages the game like she's massaging it with her hands, actively, and the other one manages the game like he's asleep on a strata lounger, dreaming the game in his head. And then he wakes up and says, oh my God, I got to make an adjustment. But the adjustment's already 3 minutes too late, 4 minutes, 5 minutes too late, because you were falling asleep on the Strata Lounger, where homegirl is like got a crystal ball. She's right there. The players are her clay and putty. And Natalie is just fixing them and adjusting them on the spot because she is the puppet master, whereas this guy's a Strata Lounger sleeper. So, I mean, it is what it is. So should he get fired? Yes. Will he get fired? I don't know, because it's Chicago.
Well, we know that Chicago is not good at all with getting rid of bad people. They get rid of good people. Chicago don't know how to get out of this funk because they got a bad owner who has a bad operations chief, who has a bad GM, who ultimately now have a bad coach. I should become if I'm the general manager, they'll be winning. You damn right. But they wouldn't, because of the politics, they wouldn't put my name in the hat. They want me, I wouldn't be going through this debacle that's going on. So, guys, we're going to end it right there with Tyler Marsh, because I think MSL laid it out. He should be fired. He should not have a job right now. Jeff Pagliosha definitely would not be in his third year, which he is as a GM. Every single organization in the WNBA has fired their GMs and their prior coaches in the last 3 seasons that we've been watching the WNBA. Why haven't Chicago? James Wade walked off the job because these people, these ownership, they're bad people. They're not good people. Just like Reginald Banks, not a good person. You understand? We know.
Reginald Banks is offered us a job. He wants us to take over for Marsh. That's what he said. He said you and Claude should become the coach and the general manager of the Sky. So he's given up his job and he's given us Tyler's job. We'll just have to decide who's general manager, who's coach.
Get it off your chest then, Reginald Banks. This is what the show is all about. Say what you need to say. T. Camilla MSL, can y'all please get Jeff P out of y'all chat?
No, he's cool. He's not. No, he's not
everybody
saying that crazy.
T. Camilla cool. Just got here. We know who it is. Look, we know that Jeff be watching us. We know Jeff watch us. You dig what I'm saying? We know Jeff on the. Hey, Jeff, baby, we know that's you. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. We understand what's. We got it. We get it. You know what I'm saying? We get it, Jeff. We understand. Now,
it's funny how he gets so angry in the chat, but when he does press conferences, he comes off so effeminate in the press conferences. It's so interesting, right? He's almost like a cat in the press conference. It's like a house cat, of course, not a lion or a tiger or a leopard or anything, but like a house cat. But then on the chat, I guess it's an anonymity. He's so ferocious, like a lion. Very, very interesting. Like very feline of him.
Okay, we finna go here and go.
I wonder if he files his nails, or does he have the retractable ones like real cats do? Can you imagine him filed his nails at the press conference?
Here we go. You ready?
Yes.
Okay.
I saw that yesterday. I guess you can't really, at least personally, I can't decline an offer I never got officially invited to. So I was pretty surprised to see that. Never got invited. And obviously that's, whether it's against Steph Curry or, in the W, I always go out and try and beat my record every single time I've gone out. So, yeah, I just kind of wanted to set the record straight. That was just false, but I'm really excited for the participants in it. And obviously there's going to be a new winner. So I'm excited to see who wins.
Oh my goodness.
Uh-oh.
What do we have here? It's liars in the den. It's liars in the den. So 3 and 4, we get to put those things together. Because guess what? Ionescu said, no, don't be putting me in that language. I ain't turned down for no smoke.
Don't get me confused with them Chihuahua dogs.
Hey, she said, I want all the smoke. I want to come and beat my old record. What is the hell is y'all talking about? What is that you own? Because what I'm on is to beat what I did the last time I was out. So with Steph Curry, with the last time that I was doing my thing, you know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't coming and fight me. But hey, y'all, I'm going to let MSL go first and get it off his chest what this is right here. Go ahead, MSL. Ooh, I told you it was going to be a good show. Go ahead, baby.
Well, you know, a lot of people complain about Kathy, right? And we say Kathy is not growing the sport the way people would like to believe she is. Because just because you do dumb stuff, that doesn't mean you're growing the sport. Just because you promote a dumb player, the concept of the player, I'm not calling the player dumb, it doesn't mean you're growing the sport. And here's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. So Caitlin Clark, for the 3rd year in a row, does not want to participate in the 3-point contest. And let me be very clear for the Clarkies in the audience. Me personally, I don't care, right? The player has a right to go or not go. I don't really care. It's the player's decision. But saying all that, there's a whole bunch of people who disagree with me and they want to see her there, right? And the way the league promoted her, calling her the logo threes, and you're watching these steak bar commercials.
Hold on a second. Reginald Banks, don't you ever call nobody up here no bitch.
Uh-oh, that's what he did?
Hold on. You ain't from my side of town. Because if you was on Madison Keeler, you know what the mosque and what we do. You already know. And say, I want you to say you're not afraid of the Nation of Islam so we can be right there for you, brother. I just want you to say it.
Allahu Akbar, brother.
Hold on a second. I want to get this straight since your chest is, we talking about a debate. And you coming in with this nonsense. Are you drinking, brother? Are you intoxicated? Because, brother, you ain't got enough guns to meet Mars Marion and bars to that. And you know it. Stop capping up here. Don't do that. You showing how weak you are. I'm not no street dude that you could be playing with and do all of those type of things. I roll with God. Check yourself. You out of order. And you're going to be banned for right now if you ever think that you could ever do that type of thing in this chat. It was weak of you for being a weak man for doing that type of thing over a conversation that you disagree with. It shows
he challenging you. Talk about he meet you in the neighborhood.
Man, he ain't from my neighborhood if he really know who I am. I'm from 3850.
Is he gonna bring Sloot with him though?
No, he hey, he already know. He ain't doing none of that. He ain't doing none of that. He knows exactly what the bow tie is.
Maybe he'll bring
And I grew up on the side so you can make sure that you understand Tony Jackson, Big Moon, all of those names that you, since you from my neighborhood, and all Big Sheeb and all of those names, if you Dollar Bill and all of those names, if you sure TY, everything that you trying to talk about, I grew up with them.
Excuse me, Joker, can I just say one thing real quick?
Stop it. Don't do that. From Black Souls to GDs to the foes, in my neighborhood, Hold on, brother. I'm addressing something because it's serious. Don't do that.
Get that off your chest.
The Undertakers, for everything that you want to do, don't do that. Because I roll with God. I'm in all of them. I'm in all of everything. Don't play with yourself. And don't you ever come to this show disrespectful. You hold on to your damn emotions because it seems like you got some feminine stuff going on in you that you can't hold on to your emotions. And you
little estrogen floating there. Or a little extra estrogen.
You need a period pad, brother.
Oh God.
What is you talking about? Don't you never say no stuff like that, bro. I had to put that mark on time out. He done lost his damn mind. Anyway, I got that off my chest. That was good.
Oh, now you smiling, right? It's like you got a little high off of that, right?
Yeah, man, because I don't like, you know what I mean? People be coming in the chat, they be all emotional. They be, you know what I'm saying?
But here's the thing, you know, some people can give it, but they can't take it, right? Because he's telling us stuff like, oh, you should do this, you should do this, you should do that. So when we have a little jokey joke, then all of a sudden, and I've seen him say that to you before, just so you know. So it's kind of played, right? It's not the first time he said he'll meet you here, he'll meet you there. It's like,
I'm there every day.
Why are we trying to fight on the street corner over talking sports?
He ain't doing
So that means he's just an internet king. Because if you did that in real life, you'd either be in jail or you'd be beat to a pulp every day. So I don't really understand that. We just talking sports. It's not that serious. You know, people can yell talking sports. That's one thing, but to say, "Hey, meet me in Chicago," I mean, come on. This ain't the Wild Wild West where meet me at the OK Corral where we can.
No, we don't even. We don't. What's up, Jabari? See, Jabari from Chicago. We don't even talk like that. We don't even do internet talk like that. He can't be that hard. We don't, because we know what happens when you start talking like that on the internet.
Yeah.
This Chicago. Hey.
Yeah, you'll find it. If you really want to, you'll find a person just like that person with Chelsea Gray.
The Chicago.
Yeah. So stop. Don't do that.
Portland not making their free throws tonight. They could beat Dallas if they make their free throws, but that's another story.
So Sabrina Ionescu, back to what we were saying. Sabrina Ionescu said that I wasn't asked. Sabrina Ionescu said they didn't ask me. And they lying if they say they asked me. Because they didn't. And guess what? They didn't ask me if I would play with the others in this three-point competition. They asked Caitlin Clark and she was denied. So what they did, listen, I'm going to get it off my chest. What they did was that they put these players, McBuckets, but McBuckets had participated just like Sabrina Ionescu participated. So why you put McBuckets and Sabrina Ionescu around Caitlin Clark as if Kayla McBride, Sabrina Ionescu, and Caitlin Clark refusing to be? No, Caitlin Clark refused to be inside of the three-point competition. Let's just keep it real and keep the main thing the main thing. But they put all decline on this picture that to emphasize and say that Sabrina Ionescu had denied and rejected their request for her to participate in the reindeer games. You got what I'm saying? So this is how they do it, MSL. They protecting Caitlin Clark. They protecting Caitlin Clark.
Absolutely.
Why would they go out their way? Look at how they got that's the wrong thumbnail.
You got Ionescu twice.
Yeah, I didn't do it.
I didn't say you did.
Yeah, that's what they got on there.
Charlotte make that software development payment last month. I don't know.
Hey, not me. That's off the internet. Oh, let me get it up here. Let me get another one. I just
No, it's
grabbed.
all right. It's all right. It doesn't matter to me.
So,
I know
so
who's
the
supposed
thing, so the thing is that yeah, this is what they wanted to show. So they wanted to show Sabrina Ionescu and Caitlin McBride not doing it, and they put Caitlin. These people are diabolical, bro. These
Yeah.
people do just about anything, man, to get
Yeah.
this girl out of trouble, man.
Yeah, it's a full-time business to glaze Caitlin Clark. Like I was saying on Tony's show, I think it was. I was saying if you look at Venus and Serena or even Tiger, right?
Mm-hmm.
Venus and Serena and Tiger had to win before they became so-called phenomenons. There was a period of, in Venus and Serena's case, like 2, 3 to 4 years, where they were getting waxed by Martina Hingis, Swiss Miss from Switzerland, who was the #1 player at the time, and there were some others that were waxing them as well, Lizzie Davenport, et cetera, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then same thing with Tiger, but the Clayton Clark Glazers would like us to believe that she came into the league like that. She did not, as everybody already knows. She did not. Her first 2 years at Iowa, the place was half full. Nobody knew who the hell she was. Nationally, she had somewhat of a following, but it was really not that big of a deal. Then of course 2023 happened, everybody got to know who she was, but it was Angel Reese that got all the spoils, not her. She got nada out of it besides the notoriety from the mega crowd. And then the following year in 2024, the only team people talked about was that LSU team in 2024. Clark got her light when she made it to the finals again and lost again, but nothing changed, right? You're still titleless, still boring personality, still boring looks, still 1950s game, and and you're still a psychopath, right? Like nothing changed. So, and if you look it up in Google right now, it will say, whether we agree with it or not, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark um, brought this attention to women's basketball. Now, the conservative and the people on the right, they want us to believe that it was only Caitlin Clark when the facts don't say that. But the problem is, to your argument, ever since the two have been in the league, Kathy only wants to promote one player. But the
That's
problem
it.
is, this player has not shown that they're worthy of the promise, right? When they dribble with their right hand, they stick out their left hand so you can't steal the ball from them. I don't see that from any other WNBA
The
player. They
thrill is
push
gone.
they push off when they drive to get separation because they don't have the explosion on handle to get consistent separation. I don't see that from other WNBA players. They changed the rules, so now a perimeter player who they claim shot from 35 feet away is now going to the line 7, 8 times a game. Like that doesn't make sense. A player who can berate a referee, use the F bomb on several times, get up in the ref's face, and not have a tech call. Doesn't matter if she has 7 or 8 techs called now because she should have had 21. That's that's the difference. And it goes on and on and on and on. So why should we be surprised that the player, where every annoying State Farm commercial comes on when you're watching that says she can shoot from, 38th Street to her garage? Well, this player who they promote in every State Farm commercial and some other commercial that says she can shoot does not want to participate in a three-point contest. Isn't that a bit strange, y'all? Isn't that strange? The player who we get these annoying commercials that we don't want to see, right? That we don't want to see, but they're official WNBA sponsors. That's why we see them during WNBA games. Doesn't want to participate in the three-point contest. So what they did, once again, to what you said, Bro Claude, to make her look good, is to pretend that they offered it to Kayla McBride and to Sabrina Ionescu. And to these two women's credit, which shows they don't want to deal with the BS, they said, no, they didn't. Ionescu said, no, they did not. And McBride said they gave me a half-ass one that I didn't even realize was an invite. All like you said, Bro Claude, to make the Empress with no clothes look good just like beating up on Connecticut today in Indiana, 126-80 or whatever it was, and whatever padded stats, that she had there, that they've been, what's that word? Forgot the word. But let's just say, for use a better word, trolling in the chat as if any of us care.
Mm-hmm.
But so you're right. It's very pitiful. It's very sad. And the Clarkies have had a really, really bad month, right? Just a really bad month. Just negative, fail after fail after fail keeps coming out. But as you said, Bro Claude, for some reason, there is still 30 or 50, 100 sites out there that will try to defend her. And if Brooklyn 80s is still in the chat, Bro Claude, this is a true story. I actually saw this myself, and then Brooklyn 80s talked about it, and I just thought it was so funny. But there's a guy called, I don't know his name, ESPN Benjamin Smith, whatever his name was. So they try to do videos saying that Chelsea Gray actually hit CC in the kidneys, and he had boxers. They took snippets of boxers talking about getting hit in your kidneys, and that's why there was a delayed response when CC went down in the Vegas game. The delayed response is when Gray made the basket, to then all of a sudden she tried to play dead, like a possum, and lay on the ground and say she's writhing in pain. So they're making up all these videos, Bro Claude, to your point. And then I'm watching Brooklyn 80 show, and they point out that the liver, I think, is on your right side. Correct me if I'm wrong, but wherever they said she got hit, it was on the left side. So it's impossible for her kidney to have been hit. And these people are so stupid, chat, that they don't even realize that they're making a big deal about something we can all see with our eyes. We can all see with our eyes, but nonetheless, they put money into a production to tell us that what we see, we didn't see. And lo and behold, it's on the wrong side of the body.
Yes.
So these people are idiots. They're idiots with money. Whoever's funding you guys, you're idiots with money, because no regular person would make a video like that just to make a video.
Video.
Right. So the Bro Claude's point, people are paying for that. They're pushing for that. Just like the idiot videos we see of Angel that just go on repeat. Like, I can't go, when you get the stuff in YouTube, there's always some idiot videos that I gotta sort through. But how come I don't see idiot videos of Clark, not playing matador defense, or getting the ball ripped from her 2-3 times a game, or hitting her teammates in the head with her bad passes, or throwing the ball out of bounds, or about traveling and not getting the foul call, or jumping into a defender without getting the foul call, or with stiff arming like better than Barry Sanders and Walter Payton and all these people put together. I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on. Or about being lost on defense by yourself, no one around you, like you're stranded on an island of basketball players who are in the water looking at you. I mean, but you never see any of that. So I agree with you, Bro Claude. I agree with you. This was another setup by Kathy to protect the Empress with no clothes, because she's had a bad week. And they keep trying to lift her up, like that 45-point game. You foul Flage on the wrist with one hand, you hook her on the arm with the other hand. The ref is standing right there, 7 feet away, and they don't call the foul. And then the worst travel I've ever seen in my life, and the
worst travel at the end.
That, she's got a 3-point shot. She takes like 5 steps to the left. It's like the worst travel I've ever seen in my life. Like, it was so egregious that even a 5-year-old would go, travel, mommy, travel. Right? 5 steps to the left, the ref is right there, and the ref does on the sideline and doesn't make the call. This is the game with the 19 free throws. So you get 19 free throws, you get a egregious foul that would have put Seattle ahead, not called, and then you get the worst travel call ever in WNBA history, not called, which seals to win the game. Yes, they're trying to prop her up. This game today in Indiana, nobody watched it except the Clarkies.
Nobody watched it.
Because we all know what's going to happen. Well, you beat up on another bad team. You run up your, and the funny part is, She had 27. Kelsey Mitchell had 26. So of course, they had to have her have one more. So when Kelsey Mitchell averaged 30 something points a game for like God knows how many games, but for whatever reason, they gave her the player of the week because she had that 45-point, 10 assist game. It was followed by the 17-point game, which she had 8 points in the fourth quarter, so they were stat padding. And the games before that, she had like 12 and 13 points. But Mitchell, who's been balling out for the last 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games in a row, did not win player of the week. So, yes, because of all the negative publicity she's had, nobody likes her on the road. They boo her to death with the flopping, but they don't talk about that on ESPN. That they've had what, 2 or 3 sellouts this year. They had 8 last year. They had 16 or 20, whatever it was in her first year. So nobody in Indiana cares about her anymore. But Kathy is not growing the league the way y'all think it is, right? Their ratings was stagnant all year. So all this congressional stuff and talk, and it actually gets the casual fan like, oh, what's going on? What's going on? So now when they play New York, people watch again because she's in the news. So she has the power of the power structure to promote her. ESPN, the WNBA itself, and they put out all this propaganda that people respond to. But when you just treat her like a regular player, as what happened with Olivia Miles when she came into the league, Olivia Miles has earned everything she has. Everything. And to the chat, y'all know Brokaw love to be glazing Olivia Miles. So I don't even know why I bring her up right now. So he can start doing cartwheels right now, eating his ice cream and dribbling all over his mouth. But, like a little kid. But Olivia Miles has earned it, y'all. And the year that Olivia Miles is having this year, this is the year that they should have done all that crap that they did for Cece when they claimed she was 4th in MVP. No. How could you be 4th in MVP when your coaches are afraid to play you at the end of games because your defense and your half-court offense is so
not
bad?
Not dominant. Period.
It's so bad. So you can't be MVP when your coaches are afraid to play you at the end of games. She shot in the low 40s, like 40 or 41%. Her 3-point percentage was in the low 30s. So her efficiency wasn't that great. Her PERs were never high. It was always the third or fourth on the team. Kelsey Mitchell carried that team in 2024, just like she carried the team in 2025 when they entered the playoffs. But the difference is no one saw it in 2024 because the media kept gaslighting and people didn't realize it. But the same thing that happened in 2024 happened in 2025. A lot of her games, she stat pads when they're up. They don't take her out the game. It's hard to judge Clark because everything is based on stuff that they can control, which are the numbers and the awards. And they trick people like that. But when you actually watch the games, you go, what's the big deal? Okay, she's good to fair, but what's the big deal? She dribbles like she's in the 1950s.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't read a defense in the half court well, which is one of the reasons why she gets the turnover. She can push the ball in transition, yes, but guess what? That's not going to get you far against the good teams who know how to play good defense, and certainly not in the playoffs, which is why they got swept in the playoffs and Dejanay Carrington held her to nothing. So we can sit here and read off a bunch of things, but Olivia Magic Miles, as Bro Claude would say,
absolutely,
the year that she's having should be the year that they claim Cece had. But the bad part is because they lowered the standards so bad on Cece's rookie season, so bad that what Olivia Miles is doing right now, yeah, she should damn near be the MVP if you was going to celebrate Cece's rookie season with what she was doing on a 500 team, shooting 41%, shooting 5 turnovers a game and all that stuff. Well, then what the hell is Olivia Miles doing then? With a team that only has 6 losses, she's shooting 51% from the field. She's averaging 19 points. She's averaging almost 6 assists. Her efficiency is out the wazoo. And it doesn't matter if she's on a good team because guess what? Nobody thought that Minnesota was going to be that good this year, right? Nobody thought, they were going to be as good. When she got to Indiana, they were already loaded.
Yeah.
They're already loaded. You got 2 of the best players in the league, and they couldn't do anything. And then the last 2 years, anytime she plays, they do worse, and they do better without her. Or when she does play, they have to minimize her play because if they play her a lot, then the other team starts to gain. So then they got to take her out. So how is she an MVP candidate when the more you play her, the worse the team is? And though none of the Clarkies ever want to say this, she's got one of the all-time worst defenses ever in the WNBA, to where people see you and target you like they got a homing device on you. I've never seen that before in any sport, where they see you and it's like barbecue chicken, and they just go right at you. It's like crazy. It's like a video game. So let's give a shout out to Olivia Magic Miles,
Miles.
the true the true point guard that they claim CC was. I'm talking about the year, bro, so don't get too happy. You don't know what's going to happen next year. You don't know what's going to happen next year, the year after, so don't get too happy. But as far as the year of a point guard, Olivia Magic Miles is the one that they should have hailed. And what they did with CC bastardized it, because her year was so crappy in comparison that you might as well say Olivia Magic Miles is MVP based off that criteria. Then I didn't see the list, and I don't know whose list it was, but I heard some list after 1.5 years had CC as the seventh best all-time point guard. We know it's crap. We know it means nothing. We know it's marketing and part of the machine. But by that logic, after one season, then you need to have Olivia Magic Miles number 3.
God damn. This is what I mean, that was a lot you got off your chest. But brother,
got it off my chest, man.
That was a lot you got off your chest, but guess what? Rightfully so. And you know, when we talk about MVP, when we talk about the greatest of all time, to all of us that are hoopers, those of us that are fans, real fans, us don't even think about Caitlyn in that category. Those of us that have seen what it is and what's the reality of it, she don't even really come to our minds. She don't even come to our heads about the situation. You got what I'm saying? So, you know, when you have someone that is so pushed forward, can I say, and the people trying to push her in front of the line, and you got people resisting and saying no, I'm not. You know what I mean? So these things are seriously an irritant to people that has to watch that type of activity, right? Rightfully so, or maybe not, of the people who lashes out at Caitlyn, that she really ain't done anything to. But MSL, the protection of Caitlyn Clark, I believe Nike is all at the bottom and top of it, in the middle of it. And I also believe that they were a part of the petitioning, that category that Sabrina Ionescu and Kayla McBride turned it down, and they put the top two, the top gunners around her picture. They picked the top.
Yeah, gunners. They were faking the funk. Yeah, like they all said no.
They put the top gunners around Caitlyn Clark because they want to be all in with this girl, but Sabrina Ionescu say, no, you're not.
Their integrity was higher than that.
No, I'm not turning down no smoke. Sabrina Ionescu say, I want all of the smoke. Sabrina Ionescu say, bring all of the smoke to me. Hey, matter of fact, I know Bro Claw gonna be on Get It Off Their Chest. Bring all of that smoke over. Come on over to Get It Off Your Chest, because Sabrina Ionescu gonna tell you, get it off your chest, Bro Claw. So I'm gonna do it for you, MSL. Caitlyn Clark is not a good individual to let these type of things go on around her. but they telling her, shh, be quiet, we'll pull your stuff. Shh, be quiet, we gonna lie. Because guess what? I've been an artist, so I'm an entertainer. I know what certain things in private has been said to me. You got what I'm saying?
Right.
I know all of the private things that was said to me.
And just like in the music business, a whole lot of careers are actually make believe. They're not they're not real. They're selling an image, they're selling a lifestyle, they're selling something that's not real with a lot of people. So yeah, so Clark is almost like a actor or a music act where they're creating an image of the person. And as you know, bro, Claude, in a record company, there's a pecking order. So the reason why a lot of people, so if you're at Nike, right?
Mm-hmm.
We probably feel that Asia should be number one, and maybe she is, right? Maybe she is. Maybe they have them on two separate pads. So maybe Asia's by herself. But anyone else, when you come in, right, you got to
Mm-hmm.
either work under Clark, and maybe Sabrina has her own path as well. But anyone else, right, that's not Sabrina or not Asia, you got to sit behind whatever Clark does, just like with a record company. If there's a hot act, and depending on the budget of the company, or the production budget or the promotion budget, y'all just sit there and you can languish for years and not and maybe put your first album out 1, 2, 3, 4 years later because there's a bunch of people you gotta wait for if the label is really that hot. If the label don't really got nothing going on, then maybe you'll get that chance if they got money. It's a similar thing. It's a similar thing here. So it's like, but the thing is, this girl hasn't had a sneaker come out in 3 years. She's been using other people's hand-me-downs from Kobe,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
and whoever. So and the stuff she got now, they should have just not came out with them. They ugly as hell. I mean, I don't even know how they I don't even know what they're trying to sell. They don't even look like sneakers. People say medical booties or the stuff. You ever been to Jamaica and you climb Dun Rivers Fall with the slippery rocks and they give you those rubber slip-ons to put. That's what they look like, the rubber
Yeah.
slip-ons when you're trying to climb wet rocks in a waterfall. But like I don't understand what they're trying to do. I mean, one theory is it's a trial balloon to see if people actually have interest, and then they'll pull the plug on her again or delay it, or maybe they want them to fail. I don't know what it is, but those don't even look like basketball sneakers. Like I don't even they really look like aquatic boots, right? Like if Aquaman
I said it. I said it
had to
looked like
come out
Aquaman.
the water, had to come out the water and go to and dress in regular clothes. Yeah, you put on Aquaman boots. That's what those are. It's what Aquaman when he wears clothes. And when Aquaman goes back in the water, he can probably
Oh.
swim with those equally as well because they have scales on them, y'all. They have scales. So I don't know what they're trying to tell us secretly about Caitlin Clark when she got scales on
It's
her sneakers.
fishy. It's
I don't
fishy.
know. But yes, it's very
I
fishy.
told y'all.
Her whole thing is very fishy. I agree with that.
Hey, I told y'all when I seen them, they look like Aquaman shoes. Keisha was like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
we
bro."
said that independently. I didn't even hear you say it.
I said they look like some Aquaman Universal. DC character type of shoes that they'll put on. You know what I mean, for Aquaman himself. So I mean, look like scales on the thing, like
Uh,
fish. So I
eh,
didn't know. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, Caitlin Clark is being protected, and they exposed themselves so bad that now that this type of situation is going through the highways and byways throughout the whole community.
But
You
here's the
know,
thing: you can't be you can't be made the man or the woman or what they say that girl. You can't be made to be that girl. You just have to be
you
that
have to
girl.
be that girl.
You
You
have to
can't
be
be
that
made,
girl,
no
and
matter
you can
how
only
much
be
they
that
want it for.
girl And you can only be that girl when you're in certain situations. How do you handle those certain situations? And then over time, people look at you and be like, damn, she really is that girl, or he really is the man, because you handle the situations either with grace, with pride, with aplomb, or you face it head on like a lion or a lioness, if we're talking about women, where you just face the challenge head on. And excuse me, so far we have not seen that from Caitlin Clark. The bots that are in the chat and the paid shills that are in the chat, they don't like it, but it's reality, because if you really rooted for someone, you would know that as well. As Brocard loves to always say, the real Indiana fans and the real CC fans, they'll tell you this. They tell me this. They tell him this. They know. The people who are in the chat now just posting her statistics as if we care, these are the sycophants. We just said her statistics don't really mean anything because everyone knows the league is trying to, give her every advantage that she can. I mean, it sounds like a cliche, but when you watch the games, everyone knows it's real. We all saw that travel where she took 5 steps and took that 3-pointer, and the ref was standing right there. We all saw her slap Flage's wrist and then hook her with on her other arm, with the ref saying right there. And this was after she had 13 points, 12 points, and she was acting like a mental case. She was getting a lot of bad publicity for her. 99% of the stuff with her is suppressed, but because she was playing on national TV, people was seeing this for themselves and going, "Oh boy, I didn't know it was like this." I mean, so now all of a sudden the 3-point contest, that's another, oh boy, how we explain this one. So then they tried to say the defending champion, or whatever she is. I don't know if she's defending champion, but what we know,
Sabrina.
she won. Right.
No, she's not the defending champion.
Right. Yeah, that's what I thought myself.
Alicia Gray is the defending champion, but she won 2 prior, and then the year before last, you remember her and Steph Curry went against each other.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, so they try to make her look good. And the thing is, I'm sure Bro Club feels the same way I do. We don't want to talk about this girl, mind you, critique this girl if we don't have to. We would rather talk about the other players in the WNBA, the players that we like, the teams that we like, the things that happen. Tony was talking about this the other day. There's so many great things that happen in the league. And so many times we can't talk about it because we're either talking about Angel Reese or Caitlin Clark, or we're talking about the racism or the sexism that takes place in the league. But we're supposed to talk about basketball. Why do we spend so much time talking about sexism, racism, Angel Reese, and Caitlin Clark? And usually those topics are interrelated. There's sexism and racism that's involved, and you can't tell these bots or paid shills and these people that Caitlin Clark is not a beneficiary of this, because they either don't believe it, or they're so stupid they don't believe it, or they're being paid, or they're not even real people we're talking to. It's AI bots and shills. And just to let you guys know, when they go to Stephanie White and Caitlin over the years, including this year, and ask them, why are your fans like this? They both have said they're bots. So the question I always ask is, since Stephanie White and Caitlin have said there are bots, how come no one in the media has followed up and said why? Who's paying for these bots? Because they're not doing it out of their goodwill. They're being paid to do this. Someone's making money. People are just not sitting around, creating all this fake chat. And I can see the fake chat very, very easily. Because sometimes you'll see the same statements by different people. It's just, ugh. So, but no one ever asked them. You know why? Because they don't want the answer. Whether it's being paid for by Nike, whether it's being paid for by Outkick, whether it's being paid for by Fox, whether it's being paid for by Barstool, whether it's being paid for by the WNBA itself, whether it's a PR company they hire. I don't know. I don't know. This is just speculation. I'm not saying any of these people do it, but someone is paying for it, just like someone pays for all the Angel videos showing her making mistakes and stuff like that, because they don't do this for anyone else.
Right.
They don't do this for, it would be real if they did it to everybody, but it's not. They only do it for one person. That's Angel Reese. So it's a simultaneous denigration of Angel Reese, or an attempted denigration, and a simultaneous exaltation of Caitlin Clark, and people pay for that. It's not by happenstance, because guess what? 90% of the people wouldn't give a damn or care about most of the stuff that these idiots talk about, right? It's basketball, right? We're not going to sit there and go, oh, this person missed. I mean, I know you feel she was fouled, bro, Claude. We saw Camilla miss a game-ending jumper. I'm sorry, layup.
Layup, yeah.
Layup. Now, They're not going to post that video tomorrow and run it, you
No,
know,
no, no one
all
cares.
day, because
No one
nobody
cares.
cares.
No
Nobody
one
cares.
cares.
But if it's Angel Reese, they care, which is hence why we're having this conversation, because I've seen all of these studies and surveys internally, and I've seen people attempt to do them. Clark is not the most marketable player
No,
in the WNBA. She just isn't, because there's nothing appealing about her.
that's right.
She's not a champion.
There's two pretty girls that's on here.
She's not a champion. Right. She's not a champion. She has no personality. Her game has a lot of holes in it. And that, to me, it looks like a 1950s game. But even if you liked her game, her demeanor, her temperament, how she acts, nobody likes to see that. That's one of the reasons why no one's selling out Indiana anymore, because it's not a family environment when she's cussing out refs and cussing out teammates and cussing out coaches like that. And so there's nothing appealing about her. And the way she is today is the way she was in college. There's nothing appealing about her. So she's not marketable. But what they do is they shove her down our throat for political reasons, because they see, because remember, Trump came in office when her and Angel came into the league. So they were riding the wave of the conservative movement, or Trumpism, or MAGA, whatever you want to call it. And I guess they felt, hey, so whether they did it because it was a political alignment, or whether they did it because they felt that they can get some people out of that group. But the problem is, from a growth standpoint, it doesn't work, because these people will proudly tell you they don't like the sport, they don't watch the sport, they don't respect the sport. So you can't grow a sport with people who claim to only like one player, who don't actually watch the games. They just look at highlights or read box scores. So you're not going to grow the game with them. You're just not. So it's just weird. So Kathy probably will get fired. We hope she gets fired. But the flip side is, as you said, Bro Claude, it was always used as, let me say this nicely, as a dysfunctional. It's the Chicago Sky of
Yes.
the NBA.
That's why Chicago Sky was able to do the things that they do, because the WNBA is such a trash bag itself, in a group or organization and a leadership type of campaign. They're one trick, one horse pony show, and that's what they do. So let's go further now. We're gonna go to the next subject.
Brondello, right?
We own Brondello. Candace Parker weighs in.
Toronto's Sandy Brondello was suspended by the WNBA for 1 game without pay for an inappropriate comment she made regarding Angel Reese during Toronto-Atlanta game. Niara Sabally was called for fouling Angel Reese after an offensive rebound. Brondello was not happy with the call and made an inappropriate comment while communicating with the ref. The direct comment was, "She's a protected species." Brondello later explained that this is in a common phrase in Australian culture. After the game, Angel responded to a post on X about Brondello's comment. The original post said, "Calling a black woman a species." And Angel responded, "Are we surprised?" She added Sandy Brondello with a clown face. Obviously, I think, in this country, especially in America, like, those remarks are considered racial slurs. With the more eyeballs, with all those things, she wasn't mic'd up. She was caught on a mic saying those things. She cannot say that. But I commend, just in terms of like calling it out, the WNBA taking action, not necessarily addressing the intent, because I don't think the intent matters. I think this is something of setting a precedent of, like, racial slurs, derogatory remarks. We're not going to go for intent. We're going to go for what actually was said, and holding those people accountable. And, what Sandy said doesn't fly here. I think it was made clear by the WNBA and their stance.
So she's trying to stay solidarity when it comes to us. Okay. Let me say it right. There's so much that you have to do to actually piss me off. It's just so much that you have to do. because I refuse to give you that energy. It's just so much that you got to do to even get me irritated. It's a lot because I'm a very tolerable guy. And some people think that tolerance is a weakness or kindness is a weakness. But because you're kind, you're the right side of person that Allah wants to handle his people. And the thing is this. When you're kind, you don't have to have these type of discussions because those type of things don't come through your head. And those type of criticisms, even if it's a situation where you got uptight, you don't use those phrases. I would say that Sandy Brondello played herself. She said what she said. Stand on what you said because that's what you said. You apologize for what you said, though. And the apology by Angel was accepted. But now you knew that Angel was not a protected species. You knew that Angel was not a protected person. You knew that Angel was not even a protected black woman. Sandy Brondello knew this.
Do you just like to call her Bandadello, bro, Claude, or for this fun?
I say Brondello.
Brondello.
Whatever. Brondello.
I think it's 3 syllables instead of the 99.
I got that Chicago. I got that West Ass.
Okay, Brondello. We can call her Brondello. That's fine.
Yeah, whatever. Brondello.
Mike Pompello. Same to me.
Yeah, same thing. I don't. She really don't matter, right? Remember that? It doesn't matter. Remember that? You know what I'm saying? Hey, radio, I see you up in here. Listen, it doesn't matter.
It's Run DMC. It's like that, and that's the way it is. Oh, right? Is that what they say?
Right. So Sandy is actually a person where have been a coach for so long. I have to get it off my chest.
Get that off your chest, bro, Claude.
She should not have said it. It should not be in the territory of that. It shouldn't have been in the range to be mistaken. It should not have been talked about. And then, of course, I'm going to get a little bit more off my chest. Becky Hammond, shut your ass up. Damn.
I second that emotion, as the great Smokey Wonder once said.
Shut up, Becky. We don't need you to certify because you so in. You know how that is. They get around us and they think they in a part of our circle to end that they can really vouch for somebody else to come in and say, no, she said what she said, Becky. So, Becky, shut up and let her take it. But they can't stand to see their sister criticized like that. They stand together. That's the whole thing. Just like Reginald Banks. See how they band together, Reginald Banks? They band together. But it's always the black, the Negro, the African American that finds reasons to have separation. You can't get past disagreements. You can't get past don't like. But as they building things together, and this is how it is in keeping and banding together, we over here talking about the little things. Well, the big things is going on. Big markets are happening right now because of us looking away. Becky Hammond, shut the hell up. I don't want to hear. We don't want to hear nothing about what you saying. And that, listen, the stuff that you said out your mouth was so disrespectful to black women and any player to be called a species. You don't say those type of things. You don't play with those type of things. You don't say that to anyone who you respect. So I get it off my chest of that Senator Brondello needed more time off. I also don't think that Sandy getting 1 game suspension and a 1 paycheck taken from her was enough. I think that at the time that this incident happened, Angel was just coming off of a situation where the game before the last game, so not the last game, but the game before the last game, she was thrown down by Izzy Harrison, and the last time they was in Portland, she went to the floor by Izzy, and Izzy was kicked out that game. That happened in Toronto. In Toronto.
Yes, that is correct.
So how is she protected when it's multiple people that throws straight blows at Angel every single game? Angel is everybody's championship to beat Angel. This is just sickening to me. I don't agree with what happened. I disagree with the way it was handled by the WNBA. I think that they kind of held their tongue. They played games with us also on the punishment. And she should have damn near been suspended from her all activities of the weekend. But she might suspend herself. I don't know if she gonna even come.
Well, I think. Well, go ahead. I'll.
I'm done. I'm done.
Well, I think when it first happened, right, and we'll get to what actually happened in a second. But I think when it first happened, if Angel didn't give that simple, right, 3 words or whatever it was, that simple response with the clown face, they probably would have either waited or not had done something. But once Angel responded, that put them on the hot seat because now she responded. So first you got the apology, and then you got the suspension, and then when Angel came the day of her game and said she accepted the apology, but then also wanted to get a few things off her chest, I think that saved Sandy. The only thing that would have taken Sandy down is if other people in civil rights groups or in the media would have started attacking Sandy. I think she would have lost her job that week. Now, regarding what she said, let's make it very, very clear. Everyone on these Clarky channels and on the media, they keep saying it's a sports term. That's what they're telling you, that it's a sports term. Well, you know where that so-called sports term comes from? That sports terms comes from the genocide and the killing that required the quote-unquote protection of the Aborigines. That's where it comes from. There were laws that were set up to protect them, to protect the Aboriginals. It was the Aboriginal Protection Act or the Indigenous Protection Act, the Fawn Flora Act, etc. So a sick joke was taken from those protection acts to say, oh, species, subhuman, or genre of human, or deviation of human. So,
or 3/5 of a human being. Go ahead.
Right. So it turned into a bad joke. So when they said protected species, it didn't come from sports. They lied to you. You know why? Because Australia's been a penal colony from 200 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
These acts after the slaughter and genocide of these people were in the late 1800s, early 1900s, preceding whatever sporting leagues that they would have had in that country. It was a penal colony. There was no so before you can have entertainment, you got to have society, law and order, etc. It was a penal colony. It's where people were sent to do hard labor, to be in prison, or people who were too
Yes.
wild in the British Empire, they were sent there. It had
Yes.
nothing to do with the
Just like
nation.
America.
Right. So it's one of the reasons why the local blacks were killed off, because these people were animals. They were the actual animals, not the natives,
Yes.
not the locals.
Right.
But so just like here
Locals were upright people, right?
so just like here and any other place where colonialism and imperialism took place, the
Mm-hmm.
colonizer now tried to look nicer or more decent for what they were doing. So they set up laws that were to protect these indigenous people. And that's where these laws came from. And that's where this so-called sick jokes come from. So that's where you hear the dual meaning. But technically, it's not really a dual meaning. The meaning that they say with sports just came out of the Alien Protection Act, because these people were genocided. Now, as far as the use that Brondello said, it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in the world. And I'll tell you guys why. Let's take the so-called N-word, right? For all the Clarkies that are listening, you take the N-word, right? This would be tantamount to an American white going to Australia, getting into an argument with a black person in Australia, and then calling them the N-word. And when the person's offended, you go, "Oh, you misunderstand me." It's a term of endearment in America.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is a term of endearment in America, whether right or wrong, to a certain group of people. However, when that same person steps outside, and if he gets into an argument in a gas station with a white guy that screams at him and calls him an effing N-word, then guess what? We know exactly what it is. It's duality. Words have duality in every language in every country. Let's stop trying to pretend, right? Two gay guys can call themselves a gay epitaph, and it if whether right or wrong, it's okay. But when I call that person the gay epitaph, that's a problem. Two Polish people can call a derogatory term for Polish people, but if I get mad at that person, say you effing you know what, and ends with an "och," that's a problem. So, but we're trying to sit here and pretend like Sandy didn't know what she was doing. Sandy called Angel a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
So piece of shit is not preceded with a joke or a sports term. Just like how if two women, when they're joking and they're talking to each other, they go, "Oh, you be," right?
Mm-hmm.
But if two women who don't know each other get into an argument and a fight, and they go, you effing B,"
Mm-hmm.
that's that's an insult. That's a pejorative. That's not a compliment. That's not a sporting term. We know what it is. So when all you idiot Clarkies get up and say, "Oh, it doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean," you sound like fools. You sound like fools. It's
Mm-hmm.
even a word as simple as bad, right? Bad could mean bad, or bad could mean good, depending on the context of how we're human beings. That's the difference between us and animals. Besides creating art and things like that, we also have contextualization. That's what makes us human beings, Homo
Mm-hmm.
sapiens sapient. So stop trying to pretend and insult people that if you call me a species, even if I didn't know what it was, that it's a compliment. You're a head coach. You're supposed to be the leader of women. You're supposed to represent a franchise that represents an entire city of a league that represents North America, or at least America and Canada, and you carry yourself as such. Like I said earlier on Tony's show, that would be like you have a boss in your office that gets into an argument with a coworker, and then all of a sudden you start criticizing the coworker, not knowing what the argument is with the boss, when most people just go, "Well, I'm glad it ain't me, so let them, let them go argue." Even if you liked your boss, you wouldn't start publicly criticizing the other person. You know why? Because you don't really know what the hell is going on between those two.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know. And to what Bro Claude said, Angel is not protected. Let's go back to 2024. In 2024, when she had the 15-game double-double streak, Brondello put what seems sometimes like 4 people against her to stop the double-double streak, right?
Absolutely.
So we got that.
What's she supposed to do? What's she supposed to do?
Right. So we got that. Then we got Isabel Harrison playing uber physical and then suplexing Angel to the point where she got thrown out the game, which could have risked a back injury or something serious with Angel. So we have that. In the game, she's playing Angel super physical again. And then Nara Sabali, for whatever reason, Angel makes a normal drive to her. When you drive to the basket, she collapses, she falls down. Angel and everybody else is like, what happened? What's going on? Now, Sandy, if this was truly an injury, and I'm not saying it is, listen to what I'm saying, y'all. Sandy, instead of showing concern for her player, which is what I've seen every single coach do in these situations, they don't even care about the person that did it. All they care about is their player.
Marcel muted himself a little bit by mistake, probably hitting everything. But what we're saying, hey Andy, we don't block nobody because you're a Caitlin Clark fan. You can have your opinion. You can have your opinion. This is get it off your chest. If you got something on your chest, get it off your chest. But we're not worried about you being a Caitlin Clark fan. We not even worried about that type of thing. You know what I mean? I don't know what happened to MSL's thing, but he was cooking.
No, I'm here. No, you muted me.
No, I didn't. I ain't even touched the thing.
Okay, I'm sorry. I must have hit it accidentally. My bad.
Yeah, go ahead.
So where was I?
You was cooking, but I don't know exactly what.
No, it's all right. It's all right. I'll try to remember. I'll try. Okay, I remember.
You maybe about a couple sentences up.
So no, what I was saying was so Sandy walked right by Sabali. She started cursing at the ref, saying POS, POS. And I heard she said another curse, but I don't remember what that is. So she was angry. She was angry. And then when she said protected species, there's no way you call someone a POS and be angry and meet it in a sporting term. No way.
Right.
And as I said, and then the thing that made her even more dumb to us dumb Americans is that term that she said in sports is actually what the racist whites in Australia used to make fun of the Aboriginals, because this came out of the protection of the Aboriginals that they genocided. So even the explanation she gave was insulting because it came from the extermination of the Aboriginals, or the almost extermination of the Aboriginals. So even that didn't make any sense. But you have all these Clarkies who are running around saying, oh, it means this. First of all, why are you getting in other people's business? Right? I mean, if someone insults you, you're not going to go, what happened to couth, bro, Claude? There used to be something called couth, right? If I go to your house,
you have to have the couth. Right.
If I go to your house or your country and say something stupid, people are going to look at me and go, oh my God, what did he say? Oh my God. No one's gonna blame the person I said it to. They're just gonna go, oh my God, he said that. He said that. It's up to you to understand the customs and the interface of what you're dealing with. If you don't, then you just take it on the chin. That's life, right? If I went to someone else's country and said something stupid, I would either apologize or I would just have a sheepish look on my face like, oh, well, I didn't know, sorry. But I wouldn't be aggressive. Like, why are we going after Angel? Now, the part about going after Angel, that's the whole apparatus, obviously, that's set up to go after her because, and we'll have this conversation again in the future, but the story that, and I said this on Tony's show today, if the league wants to promote this girl, since somebody brought it up, in some respects, you could even say, that's okay. Let them. But the problem is the people in the media, social media, no one will tell the story of how this came about and why. And that's the problem. That's the problem, because the whole thing was set up when Kathy knew that Angel supported the players, supported the CBA, and she was willing to promote the CBA that was offered by Angel to the players. Kathy knew this. because they were talking to Angel before she went to the WNBA. Before that, this is when she was the hottest thing in college basketball, right? Making, all these award shows, all this. So she still had the time to think about her sisters in the WNBA. So as we all know, just to make a long story short, they have something in the WNBA where you can get your endorsements through the league.
Right.
But when you do it, there's certain things you got to give up and that they ask you to do. They asked Angel to do it, and she said no, because Angel already was making millions of dollars a year in endorsements before she ever got to the WNBA.
Right.
They went to Clark, who was not. And what they did was they gave her several, including Nike, official WNBA sponsors while in 2024 when she was still in college. Now remember, Angel got her Reebok deal and turned Nike down in 2023. Clark didn't get her Nike deal until a year later with other WNBA sponsors. So Clark did not have big time NIL when she was in college. So for all of y'all that want to say
Angel was second, and then the girl that was at LSU, the acrobatic.
Right. Forgot her name. The gymnast.
Yeah, the gymnast. She
had the highest $6 million.
She had the highest NIL deal of all time, and then Angel was behind her. Go ahead.
Right. Clark was nowhere in the top 10 or the top 5. And see, this is the stuff that they don't want to talk about, because once you understand this,
maybe
then
MSL they really don't
know.
Maybe. Let me give them a little bit of benefit of doubt. Maybe they don't know and they don't care though. That's the other part.
Hold on, broker. Let me just say this. They don't have to care, but the reason why I say it is because once you got into the WNBA, at worst, you are going to promote these two players, because these are the two players that are credited with putting a, whatever you want to call it, a renaissance in women's basketball. But that's not what happened. Kathy only promoted one player, and then you got people who didn't follow college basketball, so they were either racist or didn't follow college basketball, so they believed everything they heard with the promotion. So when Angel said, well, wait a minute, I'm bringing people here too. So then they call her names and this and this and this and that. But anyone who followed college basketball knows this. You can look it up in Google right now. It will say Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, women's basketball. But the problem is you got these racists or Clarkies, however you want to say it, who don't want to give her that credit. And guess what? She doesn't need the credit. But the thing is, promote the league properly. So what has happened is, because Angel didn't take the corporate deal, she's not with Nike, she's not with a big management company, and because Kathy doesn't think she can trust her, and Angel has spoken some of these things for y'all that think we're making this stuff up. So then when you see how the WNBA rolls, we can see it a mile away on how Angel is being treated to this day. How is it that within the same weekend that Brondello said this, Becky says something, which we got to talk about, and her player, Tammy Fagbali, says something who has nothing to do with this.
Tammy Faye Bentley, I got you.
Who has nothing to do with this. So when we look at this, we say, why is the WNBA piling on Angel Reese? It's because Kathy hates her. The WNBA hates her. You guys think that the WNBA doesn't hate Caitlin Clark, because the WNBA caters to Caitlin Clark. So that's a lie. When you guys say you don't like the WNBA, you don't like the players in the WNBA.
Right.
That's what y'all don't like. Y'all don't like the players, but y'all have no problem with the league. And how do we know this? Because during the CBA,
you hit the thing during the CBA. You hit the thing. Whatever you hit.
I knocked it out. Sorry. They hated so during the CBA, the Clarkie sites hated they loved the WNBA, they hated the players, they hated Unrivaled, and they hated Angel Reese. But they all supported the WNBA management. They didn't want anything to change. So Clarkies did not support the league. They don't care about the league.
Right.
But the irony is, you can't have a league without players. So which one is it? You can't play by yourself. You can't play against yourself. One
Mm-hmm.
team can't play with themselves.
Right.
It's a collective. So you can't be a fan of the sport if you don't realize that. So this whole thing is crazy. So Brondello, getting back to her, Becky, I don't respect what Becky said. It's a pylon by Becky. Who's protecting Angel Reese? Who's protecting Black women? Who's protecting the mental stability and psyche of these players? And the league is not doing enough. And this is one of the things they should have discussed with the CBA, which didn't get discussed, and they better discuss it now, because what happened to Chelsea Gray, what's happening to AT, what's happening to Angel Reese, hell, even what's happening to Caitlin Clark, this is stuff that needs to be discussed, because you're there to protect the women, and Kathy and Adam Silver are doing a horrible job at it. You just a bad broker?
I agree. No, I agree. I'll say this. No, I was just listening for you. I'll tell you this. To my people like Andy and all of y'all, Bob, we don't care about the comments that you guys make. You can make any comment that you want. This is the Get It Off Your Chest podcast. We not sensitive about none of that. We just don't go for
the
one putting, you know what I mean, one putting the other over. I mean, it's not, you know what I mean, necessary. You talk about basketball, you come here talk about Caitlin, you talk about you want to praise her, that's fine. We good on that. But what we doing is getting it off our chest over the diabolicalness that goes on. So let's go from Sandy Brondello, and our last subject that we have today is Rich Paul. Rich Paul is on that stuff, you know, allegedly. Because Rich Paul said, let me quote it. Rich Paul said, Allen Iverson was a bigger star than Kobe Bryant. I quote, to get it up for the people that's in the back. Rich Paul says Allen Iverson was bigger than Kobe Bryant, a bigger star than Kobe Bryant. So, Rich Paul have said this today. You know, we got to get our NBA talk in on this channel. And listen, this is a debacle.
Before you answer, Bro Claude, I have a question for you.
No, I'm not even finna answer. I'm finna let you go, and then I'm gonna go.
Oh, you're gonna let me go first.
This is a debacle of it all.
Well, why do you think Rich Paul said this though? You have any ideas? Like why the timing? Like why bring this
Allen
up?
Iverson is not his client. But what happened is the reason why Rich Paul says this is because they telling, while LeBron James is on his exit of the Lakers, they're telling Rich Paul and others that are Kobe Bryant Glazers that he wasn't better than Kobe Bryant. So the reason why he said that about Kobe Bryant, he's bitter because the people who love Kobe and the people that watch basketball and the people that love Michael Jordan, the replica of that is Kobe Bryant. So,
but did LeBron think he can carpet bag with the Lakers and the Laker fans were gonna accept him? Or is he bad, or is he mad that he got pushed out? He got pushed out of the Lakers, and even though they won the bubble championship, the fans never really embraced and accepted him.
That they did. And I would say, you know, championship is championship. I don't care about where you won it. Because they all was playing hard. They all wanted to win, right? Whoever participated wanted to win. And you know what I mean? No matter if it was during the COVID games, right?
Well, I think it's because he overstayed his welcome. I think that's probably part of the
Yeah,
If he would have left 1 or 2 years ago, he probably wouldn't feel so bad to have this come out.
Well, also they got actually tired of
his shenanigans.
A 40-year-old man.
And don't forget his 23-year-old son or 24-year-old son.
And then of course they had to get the nepotism. I have no problem with Bronny being in the NBA. I think kudos to LeBron James for getting his son and doing everything that he could do in his will to get his son in the in the NBA, and he's gonna do it with Bryson too. I think he might stay as long as Bryson.
Oh, come on. You're not gonna have two. You're not gonna come on. No one's gonna take LeBron for two stiffs. Come on, bro.
I'm just trying to tell
you. That's a far bridge. That's a far bridge to travel, bro. Claude. Even LeBron don't got that kind of clout.
I think that he's trying to wait till Bryson graduate.
You know,
I think Bronny is gonna be okay though. Bronny is playing well now. I think Bronny is gonna be okay.
Oh please. You know how Bronny was. Let me try to find a nice word. Bronny was not there. Is if wherever LeBron goes, if he magically goes with him, then Bronny was never really worth the shake, and it was all hype. Because if he was a legitimate player for $1 million a year or whatever they're paying him, the Lakers would keep him. But if the Lakers let him go for $1 million a year, come on, bro, Claude. Even you have to admit that it was just a favor. It was just a favor for LeBron. So wherever LeBron goes, if he takes his son with him, then trust me, then that means the whole Bronny thing was just to appease LeBron. It had nothing.
I don't agree. He took Jones with him. He took till he left out of the league. What's the boy that was on Cleveland?
Bro, Claude, do you see his son's stats? You and I would have better stats than Bronny. Come on now. Let's not gaslight. Even Caitlin's better than him. Come on.
I don't think that.
Even Caitlin's better.
Nah, I wouldn't do that. Nah, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't go that far.
No. I'm not saying Caitlin can beat him. That's not what I'm saying. Yeah. No, what I'm saying is that
in the sport,
that his game, right? His game.
Well, Caitlin is more skilled than Bronny. She's more skilled.
She's got skills. She just lacks athleticism and brains.
Yeah. So I'm gonna keep it real.
He has athleticism and no.
Right. He's very athletic. He's a great jumper, for his
but he can't shoot. He can't dribble.
Yes.
He has no basketball IQ.
No.
And he doesn't have a position. He's built like a point guard, but he can't handle think or pass. And he's too small for the off guard because he can't shoot. So technically he's supposed to be a 3 and D player, but he's got some D, but there sure as hell ain't no 3. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? You threw me out of character there. Why are you laughing?
We are talking about Allen Iverson and Kobe Bryant.
Oh yeah.
We ended up on Bronny. Leave Bronny alone.
Okay. Use a Bronny Glazer.
No, now, I'm not. No.
As far as
I'm a micro.
Just to show you, I can answer the question. I'm gonna get to the point.
Okay.
Kobe, obviously, because of the titles that Kobe's had and playing with Shaq, and the fact that Kobe was looked upon as a student of the game and a hard worker, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, Kobe got way more media publicity, respect, and recognition for his titles, how he approached the game, his feuds with Shaq, and because so many eyes were on the Lakers. Regarding Allen Iverson, obviously when he first came up, he was seen as a problem because at that time, people were wearing suits and everything in the NBA, and then here he come all tatted up. You can actually say he was the blueprint for the modern NBA player, even though I'm sure they were players that were tatted up and stuff like that. He was a vibe. Like
Right.
Allen Iverson was a vibe. What's so funny?
They in the chat talking about what if Bronny came to Chicago. We don't need him. We don't.
Well, no. Well,
if
Bronny's in Chicago, that means LeBron is in Chicago. Stop fronting.
No,
Because Bronny ain't going nowhere by himself without his father. He's like, for LeBron is the ventriloquist and Bronny is the dummy. So they might as well call him La Dummy.
Did not just say we getting up off this.
Just in your best friend Sanford voice, just call him Dummy.
Hey, you not finna get me text by the boss.
So
about y'all still on.
We just having fun, K-Sap. We just have fun. Not serious. Not serious. Just fun. Metaphor, K-Sap. Metaphor. But yeah, Iverson, he was the hip hop generation player, right? He won an MVP.
New traditional braids.
Right. He won an MVP.
Right.
He didn't win any championships, as far as I know. Correct me, bro. Call out the chat if he did. But he was the topic of a lot of conversation due to his quote unquote, what's that word?
He did go to the dance.
What's that word? He was trying to think. Let's just say he was exciting, but that's not the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, he went to the dance and he lost.
Let's just say polarizing, for use of a better word. He was polarizing.
Yes.
And he was a thing. He was a vibe. And I think a lot of people were drawn to him. He was a great player. A lot of people will argue that
they hated him.
Isaiah, what's the other one that
the NBA hated him, bro?
What's the one again that led the league in scoring and assists? He played for Boston for a while in his latter years. I don't want to forget about him. But a lot of people think that Allen Iverson, Isaiah, and a couple other players that I can't remember at the moment were the best small players of all time. But
Tony Parker.
Oh hell no, not him. No, the guy that led the league in points and assists. I'm gonna look it up. Hold on.
Who you talking about? Mark Jackson?
No.
Abdul Rauf, who you talking about?
No, Chris Jackson. No, he used to play at LSU. Went to and played with Denver.
Boys, the little man is Derrick Rose.
Tiny Archibald.
Yeah,
Tiny Archibald. Right. Okay. Like he led the league in points and assists. You got Isaiah. You got Allen Iverson. A lot of people feel that these are three of the names that you always hear best small man in the WNBA. The problem is the best small man is not going to always beat the best mid-sized man or the best man that's taller than him. So Kobe being 6'5", if you're asking who was a better player, I mean, most people would say Kobe, but I could understand the argument for Allen Iverson because he was almost unguardable. But the problem is he probably wasn't as smart. He probably wasn't as smart as Kobe. He probably wasn't a team player as much as Kobe. Larry Brown had to really work with, Allen Iverson to get it together. So to your point, bro, Claude, was it a diss or by Rich Paul via LeBron? Of course it was. Because guess what? LeBron is shady like that, and he uses Rich Paul to do stuff like that all the time.
Okay. Now we're gonna go. I'm going to tell you mine. There is no way. Let me get it off my chest. There ain't no way. No way that I'm going to ever compare Allen Iverson with Kobe Bryant. It's just not going to happen. Two tenacious players, two players that are icons. One changed the game, which was Allen Iverson, meaning that his influence, his look, his base his swag, his way of approach to a game. That's why we always say, practice? You mean practice? Somebody died, and you talking about practice. So, Kobe Bryant, this is just my opinion. No one has to agree with me. Is the second greatest player of all time because he mimicked Michael. His game was like Mike. He was tenacious like Mike. He was an assassin like Mike. The only thing he didn't do like Mike was win 6 times, but he won 5. So the argument, Allen Iverson could not get over the hump. Stars are when stars take over in the NBA. See, the WNBA in this later time is giving secondary awards. LeBron James gave that and brought that of congratulations to the lesser. That's why we dealing with the Caitlin Clark shit right now. And no fault to him, no fault to him. This was already in the making. And he was just used as that type of credibility. But we believe in winners. We believe in dogs. That's why me and K-Sap #1 player and favorite player is Michael Jordan. We believe in completers. We believe in, control the whole entire stage. Not some of the stage, all of the stage, and Kobe Bean Bryant was that. Kobe Bean Bryant was an assassin. They just talking about this talk because he's passed away. But when you get done, Isaiah Thomas was the greatest guard of all time. Magic Johnson said so. When you get through, out of all the little men, ain't no arguably nothing. That little black boy that come from Chicago on the west side, him. He was him.
Wait, I love Isaiah. I'm not gonna argue with you, but do you gotta like big up everyone that's close to you or in your town?
I'm just saying who it is. I'm just telling you who it is. You can argue with it, but I'm just telling you what it is, dog. It ain't about me being close. It's the truth of the matter.
So Benji,
and he
right?
won. And he won.
No,
and
I love Isaiah. Like if I was starting a team with point guards, if I didn't get Magic, I would not complain if I got Isaiah. I would feel perfectly fine because there were things that Isaiah could do that Magic
could not do. And that's what Magic said. He could, things that Isaiah was able to do on the court, the toughness, the tenacity, the court vision.
He had a crazy hand. He had a crazy handle. He was a great passer, and he can shoot on a stop and pop like it was nobody's business.
And he was a two-way player. His defense was incredible. He had quick hands.
And he won a championship at the stop.
He's the one that taught me to hit him on the top, hit him by the knuckle, hit him by the top. He's the one that taught me that. Hit him top of the hand, top of the knuckle. By the
you used to play against him?
He
don't lie. Just answer the question. Don't lie.
He graduated from my grammar school.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he may be a little older.
He won. He's way older than me. He graduated with he graduated. So Mickey graduated in 77. He graduated in 76.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he
my bad. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to say you look like Methuselah or anything. I'm sorry. My bad.
No, it's all good. I'm just saying I was born. So if he graduated in 77, I was only 7 years old. So when he graduated if he graduated in 76, I was 6 years old when he graduated. So no, I'm just saying from grammar school. And what I'm saying is this: Isaiah Thomas, I used to go to the camps and everything. So when I say he taught, I used to go to his camps. He used to have. So I'm just saying you have some of the most prevalent people on this screen when it comes to tenacity and the way they play the game. Was Allen Iverson one of the greatest guards to ever play the game? Of course he was. Of course he was. Where does he rank because he did not win? Very low. Because if he was that great, you should have won one.
Well, not only that, but there are a lot of great guards. I mean, I used to love Tim Hardaway. Like,
oh yeah, Tim Hardaway come from here.
Yeah, he's Chicago too. Yeah.
Yeah, 60% of the NBA from in the 70s, the 80s, and
Girl, stop, because New York got the best point guards. Don't even go there.
In the beginning of the 90s, the NBA was scouting. This just Google it. Like, I'm gonna use your words. Go Google it. They were the most sought after. Us, we were. They lived here. They lived here because Michael Jordan said the best competition that he could ever, when he played street ball was in Chicago.
So what's y'all version of Rucker Park? If y'all so nice.
We got different.
And don't tell me on the roof of Cabrini projects.
No, we got different parts. Like on the west side.
So you don't have a Rucker Park or West 4th Street. Like I can tell you 3 famous courts in New York that people from all over the country play
Delano
for. Just like the Fondue Rec Set in Houston in their summer league and the run at UCLA that Magic and them would have at UCLA. What's Chicago's version?
We didn't used to do that type of thing because you guys in New York was more. You guys in New York was more conscious than we were here. You talking about drive-by city, bro. You talking about gangbang city. So some parks and playgrounds, even though because you had talent, some of those parks have died. They are gone.
Did you ever see the videos in the 70s where people were on the roofs and trees watching Dr. J play at Rucker Park? Like that must have been a vibe.
Yes.
I could only imagine.
I mean, if you go to like
Herman Helicopter. Did you ever hear about Herman Helicopter? Forgot his last name, but I mean, every city has its great street players. That,
I mean, it's a lot of I mean, we got a lot of street players though.
I mean, y'all got Benji that got killed when he was 18 years old.
He wasn't even the top of the iceberg. G.
Ben Wilson, right?
Right. Ben Wilson. He wasn't even the top of the iceberg of what come out of Chicago. Yeah, I mean, I'm just being honest.
I know you had others, just like how we had Lloyd Sweepy Daniels and so many of these great players that quote unquote never made it that everybody said they were supposed to.
No, but nice. Y'all had some should have been made it. But
yeah, we had a lot of coulda, woulda.
I mean, we had a whole bunch. We got a whole bunch of professional basketball players from Hershey Hawkins. You know what I'm saying?
Hershey was nice. I like Hershey. He was
Westinghouse. You dig what I'm saying? From Isaiah Thomas to Marcus Liberty to what's the boy?
Was Mark Aguirre from Chicago?
Mark Aguirre from the West Side used to play there.
He was nice.
Mark Aguirre with the Magic Johnson hands. Tim Hardaway. I mean, if you want to go down, it's so many though. It's so many.
We could do that another day. We could have a battle.
Right. It's just so many in the league that just that come from the crib. It's just so, and we was making the league whole single-handedly. You got what I'm saying? So the thing is that Allen Iverson, great trendsetter. Did Kobe set a trend? Not really, because
not necessarily. He cared about women's basketball. He cared about women's basketball, though.
Yeah, but no, I'm talking about for as a player. He followed Michael Jordan's trend.
No, Iverson was a vibe. Absolutely, he was a vibe.
Kobe Bryant was Baby Mike.
Yes,
if you miss Michael Jordan, you didn't miss him for long while Kobe Bryant was playing. You didn't miss him because you saw him. You saw him, all of the moves and some 80 points. You got what I'm saying? You got to see Kobe.
Didn't Bam pass that this season?
Bam, yeah, Bam beat it.
No, I'm not arguing was it worth it or
Bam beat it.
anything.
No, Bam. No,
But
Bam.
he scored 83, right? Kobe had
Yeah.
81, right?
Kobe had 81.
And he had like 40 free throws or something, right?
Yeah.
Or 30. I don't know how you shoot that many free throws.
He had
Unless
the
you take the block,
most free
but
throws in history. So
yeah.
the thing is that at the end of the day, man, I would say, and get this off my chest, that Allen Iverson was not a bigger star than Kobe Bryant.
No, Rich Paul is just
Allen
throwing shade
Iverson
via
was
LeBron.
Allen Iverson was never the face of the NBA. Kobe was. Allen Iverson never was the
Because
face.
you know what? I know Kobe fans don't like to hear this, but Shaq was the biggest star and the biggest star on that team
At the time.
when they played together.
But he sealed it after the two lost.
And when Shaq left, there were a couple. There was a title that Kobe won against Boston where he played terribly. He shot like 38% for the series. I don't remember which. It was one of those European centers, but they were actually the one that won the series, not Kobe. Kobe played very poorly. But from what I remember, Shaq,
some series
when he won his titles, Shaq always played well when they won those titles.
Well, I mean, sometimes you can't play well.
Oh, we all, because he's dead, we all love Kobe now, but he was a nut. He was a nut.
You talking about the man who couldn't win in Orlando.
But he only stayed there, what, 2-3 years?
No, he didn't. He stayed there more than 2-3 years.
What, his first contract
was his whole rookie contract?
They couldn't figure
it out. Right. They couldn't figure it out after his 4 years.
Well, he probably had an issue with Penny.
No, he had a issue with the go watch the documentary. It's on Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
go watch.
Penny was a great player.
I don't want to give it away. Y'all go watch about what happened to Shaquille O'Neal. The same thing that happened with Angel Reese with the organization, same thing happened with Shaquille O'Neal. The franchise did not prove that they wanted him there.
No, I heard about all that stuff, but
him and Penny was good.
You don't think Penny had anything to do with it?
Him and Penny was good. Him and Penny was good. Matter of fact, Penny was mad at him when he left.
What do you think would have been a better duo, him and Penny or him and Kobe? If things were able to work out and they were able to build
him and Kobe was absolutely the better one. Kobe was right. Penny was Penny was there with Shaq, right? He was 1 year after Shaq, right? Penny came the year after, right? Shaq got drafted.
Because Penny, you could argue was Scottie Pippen before Scottie Pippen, right?
No, Scottie Pippen was always. Penny came after Scottie.
He did?
Penny came after Scottie.
Okay. Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, Penny was way younger. Yeah. Penny, listen, Penny Hardaway, no doubt, was him. But he wasn't no Kobe bean.
He was a little, his handle was a little better than Scottie's, and he was a better passer. They were like similar size, similar height. And he was a point guard. He was a point guard on the team where Scottie was a point forward.
But Scottie had better. Scottie had better defense.
He had better defense. Vertical. He did.
He had a higher IQ for basketball. Probably not. It was. You can't defeat it with wins. Us as basketball players, you defeat the probablys with
but Chicago had much better coaching once Phil.
They had a worse team than anybody else, though. Bill Wennington, he wasn't no all the NBA player.
Yeah, but you had
Bill Cartwright wasn't no all NBA player. Are you serious?
But it's the scheme.
BJ Armstrong.
It's the scheme. But
Steve
it's the scheme,
Kerr
bro,
wasn't.
It's the scheme.
You can't give it to the.
Okay.
It has to have a player. It has to.
I'm not saying they could win. I'm not saying they could win a title. But look at Nakasi last year and Nakasi this year.
But they couldn't win. They still couldn't win with just the scheme, and they're not gonna win this year because they don't have the one or two.
I agree.
They don't have that one. And this is what I'm trying to explain to you. So it's no argument. It's a rhetorical question because they lack that one or two that they need for to win. You have to have an Asia Wilson. You have to have a Jackie Young the gun. You do have to have and participate a point guard in Chelsea Gray. You got to have a Olivia Magic Miles, a Kayla McBride, a Courtney Williams, and a Nafisha Collier. You got to have those type of players there. Even with Caitlin Clark, she got Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston to help bring the load. You can't do it by yourself. There's no such thing. Penny, he couldn't get over the hump. Yes, he did have 3D. 3D was there, okay? And my man that's from Nick Anderson from Chicago was there.
He's from Chicago.
You got what I'm saying?
Number 4 draft pick.
That's Ben Wilson's best friend.
They were on the same team, right?
Yeah, yes, from Simeon. So the thing is that, listen, I'm just trying to tell you.
Didn't Anissa go to Simeon also?
Yes, Nisa Mero from South Side. Yes. So the thing is that all I'm trying to say is this. Bottom line, Kobe Bryant was probably the most missed player. Right now, y'all missing Kobe. Y'all got LeBron. But y'all missing Kobe since he been gone. Ain't nobody really been that interesting outside of Derrick Rose.
You're saying that was the last. You're saying the 2000s was like the last era of basketball.
That was it.
When people, I'm gonna say a certain generation, just not to offend the new generation, that a certain generation of fans did not care about basketball anymore.
No, until Steph came, there was no excitement in the game. KD was there. KD was there, in the transition, but he wasn't no Steph Curry. He wasn't no
please. Your guy Steve Kerr just carpet bagged Mark Jackson's whole team, but because his team didn't want to pay him no money.
It doesn't matter what the coach wrote. The player is the player.
Let me tell you something. The system worked for Steph because, be honest, if Steph didn't win them championships, the
system worked for Michael. What are you talking about? The triangle. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
Bro?
It's the triangle. It's the triangle that enhanced his game.
But it worked for Kobe. It could work for Shaq. The triangle worked for Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaq ain't want to play with Kobe no more.
Huh?
He ain't want to play with Kobe no more. He thought Kobe was He thought Kobe was a stuck-up rat.
They talked that out, so go ahead, stop being.
And then Kobe was telling his wife that he was cheating. She was sending her photos and stuff.
I ain't got nothing to do with it. You messy. I ain't got shit to do with
that. But it's public knowledge. I'm not saying.
I know it's public knowledge, but I ain't trying to rekindle that type of shit. What that got to do with the 94-50?
I'm just saying, Kobe.
What that got to do with the 94-50?
I'm just saying Kobe had his issues. That's all I'm saying. Kobe had his issues.
What that got to do with the 94-50? Nothing.
You know me. I could talk about the good stuff. I could talk about the bad stuff.
Yeah, but we got nothing to do about.
But let me just say this real quick, since you brought this up. You see what LeBron did though by having Rich Paul be his emissary and Angel. I'm not saying she also, if she wants, can get someone to speak on her behalf to make it seem like they just brought it up out the blue, to deal with some of the stuff that we talked about tonight, just to make it an issue so it could be part of the conversation, because there's a lot of stuff about the WNBA that needs to be discussed. Obviously, at this point, she probably won't do it because she's probably had enough of everything she's gone through. She probably got to recharge. But certain things need to be brought up because you can't restart the season wondering when you're going to get clobbered, when you're not going to get clobbered. Now, I do think that the Dream can also help offset this by how well they run their offense. And now with Bree Jones back, maybe it will. It probably will. We'll see, but that's another story for another day. But I don't like what LeBron is doing. But LeBron is at least smart enough, because he knows half the population don't like him, to have other people speak on his behalf.
Well, the thing is this. I don't mean to let you down, Mo3, but I'm a historian. I'm simple and plain.
What did Mo3 say? What you gonna let him down with?
He said we letting him down with our NBA takes.
What were we supposed to say?
It's like
we're supposed to say Iverson?
Mo3 is a sniper, Mo3 I'm gonna leave it on the table and get it off my chest. Allen Iverson is not a Kobe Bryant at all. Now, if we want to talk about it, we're going to talk about it. You cannot, it says, just back in the WNBA, y'all got me about to pull out my hair. I don't know why, because you should be agreeing with me that ain't no Allen Iverson, Kobe Bryant. It ain't no way. So you should be all right. Your hair should be intact. And I stand on it. I could be wrong for the other people in the back, but I know I'm right when it comes to the people in the front. Michael Jordan even said the man is a duplicate and a mimic of him. And not because he felt sorry for him. It's because of what he done, his production, what he's done in the game. You go by a person's production. See, I know you guys, want to talk about, well, the system, or this is rich. Everybody got to have a scheme. Greg Popovich had a scheme. Every coach has a scheme.
But won't you argue that a lot of the best, what we perceive or call the best players of all time, did so coincidentally that they also play either with the best coaches or the best or the best schemes, and obviously the best schemes usually go hand in hand with the best coaches, unless the scheme.
Kobe Bryant got that privilege. Okay, why? Because he inherited Phil Jackson. Michael Jordan taught Phil Jackson how to win.
But Jordan couldn't win with Doug Collins.
Listen, that's not true. That's not true.
Oh, no?
They did Doug Collins just like they did Mark Jackson. Exactly, like your history, because you know that on the next year, Doug Collins with the same team that Phil Jackson had would have been having a more
I like Doug Collins, just so you know.
I know, but he would have had a more he would have had the same exact team that Phil Jackson had. And Doug Collins was gritty, he was grimy, he was a scorer. He was a scorer and a defensive coach at the same time.
Yeah, he played with the 76ers, right?
That's right. He didn't believe in running gun.
He played with Dr. J.
Yes.
Daryl Dawkins.
He was definitely a finesse coach.
Bobby Jones. He played with those guys.
Yes. So, I just leave it on the table and I said what I had to say, chat.
See, I'm reserving my response for another day because I don't want to keep people up until.
My bad. Go ahead.
No, I said I'm just chilling. So but okay, so we covered that with Kobe and Allen Iverson. So for those in the chat that got an issue with Allen Iverson not being put on that level, that's fine. I mean, Allen Iverson was a great player. Like I said, he was a great individual player. He was a great small man. I may have some quibbles with his ability to win. And when I say his ability to win, I'm not saying because he didn't win championships, that doesn't mean he's not great. I mean, in the context of his game, itself. Now, nobody will know, because to me, he was almost off guard at a point guard's body. And usually you can't win with those type of players.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what it comes down to. Just like how in CeCe's case, a player that shoots a lot, that's inefficient, who can't play defense.
Russell Westbrook.
And in her case, can't hold on to the ball. You can't win with a player like that. You just can't. Someone that dominates the ball, that can't hold on to it, and who doesn't play defense. You don't win with players like that. That's why both of her coaches have tried to either have her play off ball or try to have her play the wing, because they know that if she keeps dominating the ball, they can't win that way. That's both Christy sides, and that's also Stephanie White. Whoever the next coach would be, they would say the same thing. That's not gonna change. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter who the coach is. They're gonna all want the same thing. So Allen Iverson, yeah, to me, he was a bit of a nut. He was a bit of a nut. And a guy that's 6 feet that's chucking up those kind of shots, it's fun, it's entertaining, just like CC, but you're not going to win with that type of player.
No. So now what we finna do is we finna play the commercial, and then we getting the hell up out of here, because you got me 2 hours and 45 minutes, and I was told 2 hours. So more after these messages.
You ain't tell me that beforehand.
Hey everybody, my name is Bro Claude, and I'm here to tell you about the best whipped organic shea butter on planet Earth. It just so happens to be my brand. Bread House Butters. Sheens, shine, heal, treats, moisturize, condition your skin. Not only is this the best shea butter for you, but it heals good, smells good, and feels good. It is the best moisturizer that you can use. It clears up any scars, scrapes, stretch marks, blemishes, rashes, bruises, eczema, psoriasis, and most intensified dryness of skins. You can put this on your face, your hair, and your body, and I'm telling you, this is the best product that you can use in America, because of course we make ours and crafted handcrafted in our own kitchen. So I'm asking for you guys to support the #1 product that you're gonna ever be able to put on your body, Bread House Butters brand. And guess what? You can go to breadhousebutters.com. I said breadhousebutters.com, and put your order in now. Thank you, and I appreciate everyone who supports. But I thought I could contain the MSL beast. Yeah. So now I have to
If you would have told me 2 hours, I would have kept us on 2 hours.
You ain't.
Yo, chat. Bro called us like a gambler. He just rolled the dice out in the park, near the park bench. He's like, yo, MSL, can you come up, bro? Here's the link. And I'm just like, like on a cartoon, like when you get hit in the head and they're just like, and I'm just like, okay. But, and I'm, and I just turned into a ventriloquist dummy. It's like, okay, respond to this. Respond to that. And
y'all see that?
And I'm like, okay, I just make it look good, Bro Claude. I just make it look good. But I'm just kidding, y'all.
I'm the cop. You got the polish. That's what that is.
But he be ragging me all over the place, y'all. Y'all don't know it. Like a little rag doll.
Listen. The thing is, look, Mo3 about to pull out his head. He say Iverson also played off ball too. Yes, he did. That's how he got the NBA Finals with Snow. Was playing the point, and Iverson moved to shooting guard, and Iverson was not a cone. Cut it out. No.
Well, you called him a cone. I didn't call him a cone.
I never called him a cone.
Neither did I.
I said that
I never brought up his defense.
No, I said no. We never brought up his defense. I said in the early part of the boy over there on OKC Thunder. What's his name?
Who? I wasn't listening. Who?
No, to play with KD. Russell Westbrook.
Oh, Westbrook.
In the early part.
Westbrook.
But I never said nothing about no. Ivo could play defense because he prided himself of being like an Isaiah type of a point guard.
So you saying Mr. Triple Double couldn't play defense?
No, not it. No, he was bad at first. He had to work on his defense. This is a documentary. He said that. He said he wasn't the best defensive player when he came to the league. He said he had to work on his defense. And that's why they was losing. He was trying to figure out why he was losing games. You know what I mean? Because KD wasn't the best, but KD wasn't no scrub on it. You know what I'm saying? KD.
So they didn't win a championship when they had those 3 guys on the same team, but then they win championship 20 years later.
Five
like
guys.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Guys.
You had KD, Westbrook, and James Harden on the same team.
You had also Ibaka.
Oh,
Ibaka
yeah, Serge Ibaka on the same team.
Serge won. You had a whole bunch of people on that roster. Yeah, they had an all-star team.
Yep,
they had an all-star team. The
just
original
like
roster of OKC.
Washington that beat your Aces today.
Who?
Just like Washington, the Mystics who beat your Aces today.
Yeah.
What are these players going to be? Like one day someone's going to say, wait a minute, you had this player all on the same team?
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I think the same thing that happened to OKC is going to happen to Washington. I don't think all those players will be on that team 3-4 years from now.
Next year. No.
Shakira may be gone next year.
Yeah. Well, Shakira signed a 1-year deal to see if they was going to get it all together.
Well, if Betts is up to snuff, yeah, they'll probably let her walk. But the thing is, we don't know if Betts is ready for prime time.
They ain't letting no Shakira Austin just walk on thing. I don't know. But guys, we gonna get up out of here, man. We at the mark of almost 3 hours. Listen, me and MSL have given you all we have to give.
Hope it was a good show for you, KSAP.
I hope it was a show for you, boss. He probably sleep by now because he had to do so much this morning. He was up early this morning. Listen, I would just tell y'all this. We are here and get it off your chest.
Get that off your chest.
Get that off your chest. Because the crash out room has now gone. But when you come into this,
the crash out room got training wheels.
This
y'all.
chat, you don't be calling people B's and H's and all that. Mama June is in the chat, and you know what I'm saying? She didn't even want me to say the word N-word. You know what I'm saying? She didn't want me to say that. So, you know, I don't want y'all to be up in there being derogatory and, you know what I mean? Reginald Banks, you know what I'm saying, went off. I hope that he's all right. His character usually don't get out of tack like that. But that's just, you know what I mean? He having one of those nights. Chicago Sky done lost. I mean, I'm upset too. I'm upset that the Chicago Sky done lost by 1 point. And Sydney Taylor, another game, Sydney Taylor go to the locker room crying. I mean, give the girl a break. I mean, those of y'all that got that root, take the root off. Stop praying to God that the Chicago Sky don't win. Because y'all trying to hurt Sydney Taylor. He say, bro, Cloud, please just give us one night of the crash out room. We need therapy too. You got to see KSAP. You got to let KSAP know. Hey, we had to retire the crash out room because you know where we going, T. Camilla. You know that. He say, I agree, T. Camilla. Look, Mama June didn't want to hear all that cussing, T. Camilla, and Jemima stopped coming to the channel because she was hearing the cussing. And my aunties, they was listening to everyone, my 88-year-old auntie. I was like, Auntie, no, I didn't know you was doing that. So, y'all, turn on your notifications every time we drop a hot banger. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Give to the channel. Please give to the channel. The other channels, you know, our channels, Simply Ball Dropping Podcast with my boy KSAP, and then, of course, Steady Serving Sports ENT. Support. You can hit the Cash App. You already know what it is. I appreciate everybody that came in the building. I thank my co-host, MSL. What a great player he was. on this thing. He's very versatile.
Can I just ask you one thing before we go?
Go ahead.
Trending Gaming Tech made a comment, which I thought was interesting. He or she said, Iverson was the bigger star. The NBA wanted him to be the face, and he said no. So the NBA turned on him, kind of like they're doing with Angel now. How you feel about what he said?
No, that's not actual facts. They already didn't like him. He was a kid that had troubled ties in college. He almost was convicted.
And before he got to college, in high school.
So he was almost convicted. And they already labeled him as a thug. Allen Iverson broke all of the rules. And they didn't think that he was going to be as great as he was. He was one of the great.
Because they didn't think he'd go to practice enough.
Well, the thing was that was about his friend had got killed. One of his boys had got killed, and they was talking about
practice at the bowling alley in high school, right?
Right. So they was talking. No, when he missed practice on the 76ers, they was asking him why did he miss the practice, and he was, but everybody knew that he missed practice because he got a call that one of his buddies was assassinated. Right. I'm sorry, unalive. So therefore, that's a reason why you missed, and they tried to criticize him because they didn't like his swag and who he was and what he meant to us, as young folks, because he in my generation, right? Me and him the same age. So the thing is that he just was something different. He was something different. So was he
definitely? He definitely was.
Was he a bigger trendsetter than Kobe? Yeah. Yup. He was. The braids, the tats, he was. But was he a bigger star? No, he wasn't. And that was because, unfortunately, he didn't win. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get to the pinnacle of success that all of the ones, his predecessors before him, was able to do, and after him. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Avo, but I think he's one of the great. He's one of my favorite. He's one of my favorite point guard. I'm a point guard man. He said, Bro Claude, you wrong on Iverson. Was up next after Mike left the league. They asked them to be the face. He said no because he didn't want to be a role model. And
what Bro Claude's gonna say, they never asked her to be the face because they didn't like his ass.
And the NBA resented him for it. Bro, Mo3, you too damn young to know. You reading shit. I live this shit. I live this. So you can't tell me, just like I can't tell you what you live. I'm telling you, bro. You know I'm a history. They never liked them. They never liked them. I'm living this. In case I get up here and all the old, go ask any OG.
Well, that's what he's saying. Y'all just have a different varying points, but that's what Trending Games Tech is saying, that they didn't like him.
They never liked him. They never liked him because even when he came Mo3, you don't even know when he came to the league, he was the one that was wearing jumpsuits. They was trying to put people in suits and all of that. But his swag was all of that. When he first came to the league, his flavor was that. Bro, trust me, his rookie, they talked about him. Him and Abdul Rauf. I live this shit, bro. I'm trying to tell you this. It ain't something I'm making up.
Yeah, but the former Chris Jackson, I think his thing was he didn't want to stand for the flag and all that stuff, and
I know that, bro. I know
how he turned Muslim, and they didn't want to deal with that.
Right. I know that. I know how old you said. You told me that 2 years ago, Mo3. I'm saying he's in my generation. I lived it, and I remember because they used to talk about that. Listen, that's why they changed the rules of putting them in suits. Was because of Ivo.
That's true.
Because of that, they didn't ask him to just be no damn. That ain't no such thing. Mike was still in the league, bro. Come on, man. Mike was still there. Shaquille O'Neal was dominating. They ain't asking no Allen Iverson to be no damn face of no league. And then Mike was still there. Allen Iverson came in the 90s, bro. What we talking about? Mike was still running the league. Mike was still reigning. So no, he couldn't have been that. And then next up, it was already Shaquille O'Neal in his squad. Come on, man, you got your you got the time right. They ain't never asked. No,
it's just you and Trending Games talking, and look like everybody, nobody else is commenting.
Yeah, they ain't because we about to. What I'm saying is, no, I love Mo3 is paying attention. Here, let me. Damn, Mo3, I'm trying to get up off here. Come on, Mo3, have your say, because you know I love you. You a sniper. Here, go ahead, have your say, man. There go the link, Mo. I respect and honor this brother. So, Mo3, I mean, it's the truth of the matter. It's the truth of the matter.
Yeah, he want to get it off his chest.
Yeah, let him get it off his chest. I gotta let him get it off his chest. That's my little brother. Mo3, I dropped the link, bro. I'm just waiting on you at this point. Yeah. What a link. And then see it. It's right here.
Tell him it's above. It's above.
Yeah, above. I'll do it again. Oh, there you go. He coming. No, Mo3 is sniper. I got him. That's one of the original.
I'm not in y'all argument. I'm shoot.
No, it ain't no argument. That's just how it's a perspective. Here you go. Go ahead, Mo.
Yo.
Yeah, what's up, my main man, 100 grand? Go ahead, little brother. I know you a sniper.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Man. Listen, man.
Go ahead.
Mike was only in the league. Iverson came in 96. Mike was only in the league for 2 years. Then he left. In the early 2000s, they wanted Iverson to be the face of the league. He was the biggest thing. He was on the 2K thing. He was selling more shoes than Jordan. He was the most popular NBA player. They wanted him to be the face. He said, and like chill out with the tattoos, clean up his image and all that. But he said no, he didn't want to do that. He just wanted to be him. And they was like, oh, we need you to be a good role model. And he was like, well, I don't want to be a role model then. And the NBA didn't like that. They turned on him after that.
And he
didn't win a ring because the NBA did not want him to win a ring. They didn't let no good free agents go to the 76ers. They had him playing with a bunch of bums after that. The reason why he defied the odds going to the NBA finals. They didn't even want him to do that. He wasn't supposed to go there. He just was too good not to go. And then when they got there, they let Shaquille O'Neal get away with all type of flagrants. He beat the crap out of Mutombo, busted up his mouth a few times. No calls, nothing. They were just letting them just do all type. They didn't want him to win. They started going against him once he refused the contract. Same thing what they did with Angel Reese. When they went to Angel Reese and was like, hey, let's do this. And she was like, nah, I'm straight. They was making an example out of Iverson, like, yo, don't bite the hand that feeds you type of thing. That's what happened with Iverson. Sad story of what happened with Iverson.
Yeah, have you ever
Kobe wasn't as big because Shaq was there. If Shaq wasn't there, maybe Kobe would have been put up a better fight. But Shaq was there and was stealing some of his shine. While Shaq was there, Shaq was the biggest star in LA. So it was kind of diminishing his stars. So
No,
when
I agree with you on that.
Shaq left, that's when he started to rise up.
Mm-hmm.
But in the beginning, Iverson was the biggest star, and it wasn't even really close. Tell you the truth.
In the beginning, but
yeah, in the beginning, it wasn't even
but
close.
my man was talking about in grand total. You got what I'm saying? Dude,
I'm
he's
not
both.
I'm not
Yeah,
talking about what Rich Paul was saying. Rich
yeah,
Paul
yeah.
is full of crap
Right.
because everybody knows
And
that Chris Paul was Rich Paul was talking
That's
about
LeBron, man.
the entirety of his career.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He trying to just diminish Kobe to put LeBron on top of Kobe.
No, that can't.
But
But
I
that,
ain't talking about that. I'm just saying like
yeah, we ain't
that's
gonna let that happen.
Iverson just is just a sad story.
It's
That's
a
what
bad
happens sometimes.
story, but we know that you remember Chris Jackson, Abdul Rauf.
Yeah, they turned on him too.
Okay, so Abdul Rauf was actually the first prodigy. Did you know that after Isaiah? You know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so when when Chris Jackson changed his name to Abdul Rauf, they was off of that because they didn't want to back no Muslim, Islam, or none of that stuff, right? When he came and went to converted to Islam. So they didn't want, because they was already tired of Kareem and Hakeem Olajuwon. They was already tired of them, right? They didn't, and on purpose, they blackballed Chris Jackson, right? So when Ivo came, we was like, oh, breath of fresh air, because Tim Hardaway just entered the chat. You got what I'm saying? Tim Dog with the two-step just entered the chat. You feel me? And we was just stunned by how the killer crossover was, you know what I mean? Was that wasn't a really, that wasn't Iverson. The crossover come from Tim Hardaway. The killer crossover.
Did Chris Jackson play on that LSU team with Stanley Roberts and Shaq?
No. I think
I know Stanley Roberts and Shaq played together.
Yeah, no, Chris Jackson was older than him. Chris Jackson
because he was LSU too, right?
Yeah. When did Chris Jackson graduate from LSU? $1990. So Shaq graduated 91.
So they played together.
Yeah, but
so Chris Jackson, Stanley Roberts, and Shaq played on the same team.
88 to 90.
And they couldn't win the title.
No.
And that was what's his face? Forgot his name. What was his name? Dale.
Dale.
No, it was Dale somebody else. His name is still
Dale
on the court.
Ellis? Who?
No, Dale Ellis was a player. He was a small forward shooting guard.
Yeah. Oh,
Dale Robertson.
Dale Brown.
Dale Robertson.
Dale Brown.
Dale Brown. Yeah, Dale Brown. That was the LSU.
I got it. Dale Brown. Yeah, I got it. You know, I'm all history.
But he was like the dude at Houston. He could always amass talent, but he wasn't the best coach. Houston just had more talent, with Five Slamma Jamma, etc. But he was similar to, where he had talented rosters, but he wasn't really a tactician. So there you go.
Yeah, so Mo3, I wanted you to get that off your chest. You the first that's out of the chat to ever come off and get that out of the chat, because I respect you and I know you a sniper. Me and KSAP love you very much, and you loyal, and you my man. So I appreciate you coming, man. And the thing is that
and I didn't know Mo was trending games, but I've heard him on your show. I've heard him on your show before, and he's always a very, 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 very good listener.
Please.
Yeah, man, I had to use my little brother stuff, man. YouTube tried me. Some hater went and reported me for something I didn't do, and they took my shit.
Really?
Oh shit, my bad. Sorry.
It's okay. We about to. But listen, Mo3, come back. You already know, help us build this channel like you have done every single channel that you've been on. And I appreciate you, man, coming up and just showing unity how it's supposed to go. So, y'all, I thank you for what you've done. I thank you for what you do, and I thank you for what you will do. Me and me and my brother, we gonna be back. What's tomorrow? Thursday? We gonna be back Friday night? No, Thursday night, cause you ain't gonna have me up all day. I gotta be in the All-Stars festivities. Thursday night, tomorrow. See me in MSL. We gonna have. I'm gonna get him the study. He gonna give me the story of what we gonna cover tomorrow, and then we gonna post it and then give it to you. Now I didn't put him to work. He quiet. He quiet, chat. Hey,
I turned the mic off so I could type quietly.
Okay, yes. So, y'all, I appreciate you, and I leave as I came with another bang. MSL, I was trying not to reach 1 o'clock with your butt. We out of here.
You should have told me. Trust me, I know how to stick to a schedule. You should have told me.
So 2 hours. That's it. We gonna document this. We go, chat. We love y'all.
See y'all later.